Okay. Hi, guys. My throat's a little sore today, but I didn't end up with all the sneezels and coughing. It's mostly just my throat, so here I am. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure everything's working the way it should be. Great. Okay, microphone's working. I have to always check now, because twice on me it has not worked when it was supposed to be working. Let me change the name. Okay, getting this all together. Okie dokie. Okay. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I said, my throat's a little sore, but that's okay. We can make it work. I can talk. I haven't lost my voice or anything, so I can talk. I can make it work. Let me see here. Let's get in the game. So I know yesterday I had talked about potentially doing Sylus's new free card and then Raph and Zane's new promise cards. I've had a little bit of a change of heart. I'm kind of wanting to do Sylus's Dragon Myth today.
It's nice to see you again.
I've been working on a video essay.
Every time we meet, I collect another
about
gem.
his myth.
I have 7 now. We can use these.
And I was trying to edit it today. And it's an hour and a half of incoherent babbling. Not incoherent, but like, wow, can you hear I have ADHD, and like tangents and like all good. Like I had like the briefest outline ever, and just anyway. So I thought maybe replaying it would help me gather my thoughts a little bit. I say replaying it. I've never played it before. I've just watched it on YouTube. So I've never played through it. So this would be my first time playing through it. Which is a whole other thing. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Sweet Catastrophe. Oh, migraine days are the worst. I get migraines and they're debilitating. They're so awful. I'm so sorry. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. You can always watch the VOD.
The oranges
like,
disappeared
don't
from the
push
table.
it.
Really?
I know how noise,
know.
light, I know how all
But
that can
your
be.
fingers smell just like them.
Let me see really quick. So anyway, so I was trying to edit that video essay today, and I got a little overwhelmed with how disjointed I was, so I'm kind of thinking of re-recording it. And so I thought maybe playing through it would help me organize my thoughts a little bit. So that was kind of my inspiration for wanting to do that today. Y'all know I'm a yapper, so it could take a minute. It could take a minute to get through it. I'm having a stroke. There we go. Okay, yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. For anyone who hasn't borne witness to this myth before, it's wonderful. You will need tissues. You will need self-care items. Take care of yourself however you need to. I will probably be yapping my way through it because I'm going to be also sort of processing my thoughts about it as I reorganize my mind for this video essay. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do today. I should have, I have 8 of these, so I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was gonna say I should have all the shards I need to go through the whole thing. So I came prepared. So yes, I will likely need to be taking a couple breaks here and there, just mainly dog stuff. But I will give you a heads up when I do. And without further ado, let's play Beyond Cloudfall. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Nothing ever goes as planned in this house. What are we barking at? What's wrong? I've had construction happening at my house all day. My landlord I had no idea he was going to do this on a Saturday, but he had a whole crew come out here to replace my roof today. So it has just been banging and clanging and in and out and dogs freaking out. So it was not really a restful sick day, but that's okay. Okay. Now that's... Dova's still barking, but that's because she has no idea what's going on. You're old and you're senile, Dova. I have to mentally prepare myself. Once, on the day that I lost everything, I met my dragon.
The sorceress has been judged! Greed and evil shall perish so long as His Majesty and the Sacred Judicator protect Sylus for all eternity!
By the way, they play this music in other cards now, and I get emotional every time I hear it. Anytime I hear his dragon music, I freak out. Somebody might be at my door. Give me 1 second. I apologize, guys. Okay, so sorry guys, it was my landlord. Okay, but we're good. But when am I gonna meet my dragon? I don't know, I'm still waiting. I'm gonna be waiting a long time, I think. Okay.
The sorceress has been judged! Greed and evil shall perish so long as His Majesty and the Sacred Judicator protect Sylus for all eternity!
Scarlet raindrops enter my eyes, while far below they gather into a gurgling stream at the depths of the abyss. Through my blurry vision, I catch a flash of lightning ripping through Sylus' gloomy night sky. I can't die here. From my periphery to the area in front of me, darkness spreads like an all-consuming dream. Oh, all-consuming ocean, excuse me. The world descends. Don't mind me, my brain's still not working. The world descends as the Wanderer's claws close in, their cold, eerie glint like the flash of death's scythe. I won't accept this. There's no escaping it now. I refuse to accept this.
I like your eyes. They are beautiful. In them, I can see your hatred, defiance, and greed for life.
I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm good. The wind ceases and it feels like time is caught in an invisible grip. I close my eyes before struggling to open them again. A flash of white light streaks across an ancient rock wall. There I see the shadow of a massive beast with horns. Chains bind its wings so tightly that if not for the greatsword lodged in its chest, its massive form would almost merge with the rock wall.
Make a deal with me. If
Okay.
you want to live, that is.
Say
Pull
less.
out the sword.
The fiend actually exists?
You don't have time for questions.
In the next instant, the stilled air starts to move again, and a rancid wind howls as the once frozen wanderers leap toward me. Driven by defiance and fury, I raise my hands and grip the rusted sword. I'm already emotional. I want to live. Pull. We're gonna pull the sword. No matter the cost! What does that remind me of? That reminds me of something. No matter the cost. That's from something. When I pull out the sword, the rust melts away and transforms into light. It surges into my body, mingling with a strand of black-red mist. Amidst the chaos, wings flap and stir up a whirlwind of sand and gravel. I'm thrown onto the jagged rocks, my vision growing hazier by the second. All I can see in the darkness is a single dark red gem-like eye. Enormous wings cut across the land, casting shadows like the end of days over every city in Sylus. On that day, the girl marked for execution unleashed the fiend from the abyss. I'm so delusional, I would gladly make a deal with some beast monster demon instead if they were hot, because I'd be convinced I could make them fall in love with me at the end. I don't think I would be convinced they would. I don't have great self-esteem, but I am a compulsive people pleaser. So I would be like thrown into his abyss, and I'd be like, "Are you mad at me? Don't be mad." This was long before humans arrived on this planet. I don't know how accurate this is, by the way, but I did read that that's different in English than in Chinese. Like in the original Chinese, this was long before humans ruled the planet. So like humans were here, which maybe makes sense considering the Justicia, like they're all human and stuff, I think, right? Anyway, thousands of years ago, dragons ruled over the lands of Sylus. By nature, dragons are wicked creatures that feed on human souls. They excel at drawing out the darkest parts of a person's heart, driving humans to turn on one another and become slaves to their desires. The greedier the soul, the more irresistible it is to a dragon. Seen as the embodiment of evil, dragons were a harbinger of the world's end. Wherever they appeared, doomsday followed. That was until the last dragon on the planet was sealed in the bottom of the abyss over 1600 years ago. Doomsday faded into a forgotten myth, and the age of humanity finally began. I feel as though my chest is being ripped open. An overwhelming weight presses down on my body. I'm immobilized. The towering black building looms, its top swallowed by darkness. A scaly beast's claw firmly pins me down to the central platform. That shouldn't be hot, but it is. What's happening? I can't move. It's a beautiful background, by the way. I look down to see strands of faint golden light being pulled from my body by an invisible force. It hurts. I struggle to turn my head. Once again, the shadow of a dragon's horns and wings are flickering on the wall where a firelight dances. Clarity strikes me, and I cry out in pain. Stop it! Our deal! I would be kept alive! The fiendish shadow lowers its head, and its voice pierces my mind.
To be a dead person walking counts as being alive.
Chills. His voice crawls through my soul. Okay. Stop! No! In between life and death, an uncontrollable tremor erupts from deep within my soul. A phantom greatsword forms in my hand. It plunges into the beast's chest. The dragon's pained cry resounds in the hall, and the weight on my body vanishes. Clutching my chest, I quickly sit up. As my breathing steadies, I realize I haven't been torn open like I thought.
I vividly recall you saying, no matter the cost.
Bark! Bark! This is the time where you bark, dogs. The giant beast's shadow fades away, and from the darkness emerges a man wrapped in a blood-red mist. He watches me like I'm his prey, and similar to the dragon, he possesses a pair of beautiful, garnet-like eyes. I set you free, and you saved me. That means our deal in the abyss is done. He slowly approaches me. Don't do that. I quickly stumble as I make my way down the platform. I can barely keep my distance from him. Dragons can only feed on human souls if they're offered up willingly. So, as long as I don't agree, you can't eat me. Consent king, even as a dragon. The fiend narrows his eyes and approaches me from the other side of the platform.
Is that it? Instead of claiming your lackluster soul. You need to return what doesn't belong to you.
The dragon curls a finger. Golden light is once again pulled from my chest. You... Stop! But the more I struggle, the clearer it becomes. A strange, unsettling black mist is tangled up within me. It feels like a soul that isn't mine has somehow fused with my own. I think when she pulls the sword out of him that was binding him, I think part of his soul came with it. And then since the sword fused with her own soul, since she's the one destined to use it, I think this is my best guess.
It's not that unbearable, is it? Having your soul torn apart and all.
I'll do whatever you want. The dragon suddenly yanks me across the platform, its blood-red right eye just inches from my face. In a flash, my mind is dragged into an abyssal vortex, just when I think I'm about to be devoured. The wind howls through the Crimson Valley as countless soldiers of the Legion of Justitia thrust their weapons at my chest. That was very loud in my headset, by the way. I quickly realize this isn't my past, and the body writhing in pain isn't mine either. This is the dragon's memory. I gather my strength, tense up, trying to break free from the memory. The valley and wind fade away like weathered paint. Traces of light swiftly flow back into my chest. It even pulls the fiend to me. Come a little closer. Sorry. He covers his right eye with his hand and leans over the platform.
Your power. What is its source?
I'm a sorceress. My power? That's a question even I can't answer. Before I can think further, a claw-like hand grabs my chin and pulls me closer.
Look at me.
I'm not supposed to be turned on right now, am I? Also, that's exactly what happens in the main story. It's the first thing he says to her. Cold sweat blurs my vision as his grip around my neck tightens. It's myth time! Yes, Chaylee! We just started. Literally just started. This is there's 9 sections of the myth. This is the first section. She got thrown into his abyss. He was bound there. She freed him. Shenanigans ensue. Cold sweat blurs my vision as his grip around my neck tightens. I can't help but meet his gaze. A familiar voice resounds in my mind. It's unmistakably mine, yet the tone is strangely foreign. His eye. I want that eye. It's mine. It belongs to me.
It's getting stronger. The scent of desire.
Tell me that's not something out of an Omega fic.
Tell me your desire, and offer your soul to me. Then I shall promise to give you a painless death.
I go to Valhalla.
Unless you wish to become a minion of a dragon's nest.
I grip my hand so tight it nearly draws blood, but how could anyone sell their soul to a fiend? I don't want anything.
You fool.
His fingers brush over my lip that I bit earlier. There's a tingling sensation, and his right eye gleams with a faint blood-red light. I can't breathe. No, I need to come up with something. Too fast. Anything, so long as it lets me survive. Countless fleeting thoughts that could barely serve as excuses flash in my mind. I only manage to grasp one. Take me back to the Ivory City. I must return.
Your life is hanging by a thread, mortal. And yet you still dare to play tricks.
I'm being honest. I used to live in the sanctuary, but they judged me as a sorceress and threw me into the abyss. I won't accept this. I want revenge. My heart pounds in my chest and my hand trembles as I reach for my dagger. Suddenly, the restraints on me disappear. I'm forcefully flung back to the platform. The dark mist skims along the smooth surface of my platform. My platform? I wish. Retreating into his palm. As it does, my wounds close up, leaving no scars behind. It's almost unreal.
Lead the way.
Okay. Dragon Daddy. If you say so, sir. Okie dokie. I guess I'm just going to go right into the next section, guys. Thank you for being patient with me because my throat's a little... Okay. Over 1,600 years ago, after centuries of war with humanity, the dragon, set in legend to bring about Phellos' end, was finally sealed in the abyss beneath the fiend-infested Taurus city by the Legion of Justitia. This decisive event, known as the Battle of Taurus, led to widespread praise for the Legion. The leader who drove his sword into the dragon's heart was revered as the Sacred Judicator. Monuments honoring his deeds stand tall across Phellos, and his followers built a grand sanctuary in his name after his death. Every year, the sanctuary takes in some of the city's orphans in the name of the Sacred Judicator. It is a place held in even higher regard than the royal palace. When these orphans come of age, a Judicator's oracle, dressed in magnificent robes, takes them away to join the Legion of Justitia. However, the Judicator's oracle who came to take me threw me into the abyss in front of everyone. Redeems hydrate. You talked a lot yesterday, to be fair, on top of being sick. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I should really grab a water. Next pause, I'll grab a water, because I don't think ahead. I don't plan. The pure white sanctuary stands in solemn grandeur, and the pristine marble floor gleams. The intricate wall carvings are well maintained, appearing new. They looked just like this when I was taken away. That's such a pretty background, and I love the contrast of like, oh, we're holy and we're pious and we operate in the name of good, but like they're actually corrupt. And you know, it's an apt allegory for life. The followers gathered here scatter the moment they see the sorceress who was supposed to be dead. As for the guards, they fall apart like dominoes with just a flick of a finger.
Growing up in a cage like this, no wonder your soul is so dull. It's time.
Does that mean you don't like me? Revenge is important, but so is staying alive. I have water next to me almost at all times, but I don't always remember to drink it. I understand. So, in 2018, I had to have my gallbladder removed, and I ended up in the ER with a really bad gallbladder attack. But before I ended up in the ER, I'd been in pain for like 7 or 8 hours. I was in like tears. I was miserable. And my friend, I was texting some people, right? I mean, it was like the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. And one of my friends was like, you should chug lukewarm water to make you feel better. So I did. And I threw up all over my kitchen. And I'm petrified of vomiting. So now I have this like mental thing where any water that I drink has to be like ice cold, as physically cold as humanly possible. So I tend to like drink water standing at my fridge and then like put it right back so that it'll stay as cold as humanly possible. But I used to always have water next to me until that happened. And yeah, I'm neurotic. It's cool. The news of the fiend's appearance in the sanctuary must be spreading like wildfire in the city. Once the Legion of Justitia arrives to deal with him, I can slip away in the chaos. Wow, I had my gallbladder out in 2017. Twinning. We keep twinning. I watched the last guard disappear from view, pretending I didn't see them as I turn away. The Judicator's oracle who judged me isn't here, so my revenge will have to wait, for now at least. Otherwise... I know all that nonsense very well. I ended up in the hospital for 3.5 weeks. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Mine was really strange. I didn't have any stones or sludge in my gallbladder. It just stopped working. So I had to wait for 1.5 months to see a GI doctor. The hospital was like, we can't do anything for you. And I couldn't eat, and I lost 60 pounds. And I was like deathly ill. And then when I finally got in to see the GI doctor, he did a HIDA scan, which is where it showed that it just wasn't ejecting at all. And then he was like, yeah, you need surgery like tomorrow. I was like, please, thank you, amen. I appreciate it. However, the dragon shows no interest in my plan for revenge. He stands in a beam of sunlight deep within the sanctuary. His figure... Someone made a fan art of him in the... And I don't remember the name of the painting. I'm so sorry that I suck as a human being. It's that very famous painting of Lucifer, like, as an angel, and he's irate, and he has, like, the rageful tears in his eyes. I think it's, like, supposed to be as he's falling. Someone did that with Sylus. And it's gorgeous, but, like, that's all I'm getting right now is, like, him in this pristine, holy, white setting with his rage. Sorry. Just wow, yeah, I had a few months of waiting, and then my liver got so bad they had to do something. Had to wait for the liver to get better first, hence the hospital stay. Wait for your gallbladder to be like, I'm not like other gallbladders. No, but I'm so sorry. That's so terrible. Abdominal stuff is just so miserable, but I'm glad that you're better. These freaking gallbladders, man. They are so temperamental. Oh, I'll have to find it for you, Chaylee. I'll have to find that. I've seen it, like, in several different fandom spaces be shared, because it's beautiful. I don't remember who the artist is, but I'll find out. I will get back to you. I'll find the artist, and I'll find the art. His figure stands out against the pure white architecture, yet he's like a statue that belongs here. Taken aback, I quickly shake my head and move to his side.
What is that?
Following the dragon's gaze, I see the mural on the sanctuary ceiling. His voice is doing unholy things to me. Someone help me. At its center is a godlike figure in a bright red cloak wielding a longsword as he executes an evil dragon in a corner. Oh, the fiend-slaying god. The godlike man represents the sacred judicator, and that evil dragon getting a sword through its chest in the corner... That's probably you. I can't figure out why he keeps staring at it. Forget the insult. The dragon is drawn without any semblance of beauty. The dragon lowers his eyes, casting a calm, scrutinizing glance over my face. Like any of us are in a position to help, we're under his spell too. I'm right where I want to be, is the problem. Of course, it's just the artist's take. You're much more handsome and imposing in real life. He looks at the text beneath the mural.
It's been 1,677 years since I was sealed away.
You can read that?
You can't?
It's written in an ancient language that's been lost to time. Nobody can read it anymore. What does it say? The fiend looks at the ceiling again.
The fiend is the very essence of malice and greed, skilled at twisting human desires. He drives mortals to turn against each other, leading them to their own demise.
May I just postulate...
Given time, the world will be
wait.
swallowed by chaos and descend into ruination. The fiend's arrival marks the onset of doomsday.
So I would just like to point out that there's a narrative that dragons are twisted creatures and they bring about doomsday and they're fiends and they're beasts and stuff. He's been locked away for 1,677 years and he's literate. He's reading an ancient language. So, like, dragons have culture? I mean, usually literacy equals culture. So, like, that already makes you, like, kind of go, are they beasts? Really? Are they? Or is that just kind of propaganda? I don't know. He's still got a good deal of being sealed away for that long. Meouch. He looks fine as hell.
During the Battle of Taurus, the sacred judicator with a will of iron stood firm against the corruption of evil. In a war so fierce, he emerged as the sole honorable survivor. He sealed away the fiend, the very harbinger of doomsday, deep within the planet's chasm. With the curse of doomsday lifted, hope was restored to Sylus.
This is Don't you dare. I'll read you in a minute. Thank you. Humanity, that's all I'll say. Absolutely. I have nothing but mean things to say about the religious order and humans in this card. I have nothing but horrible things to say. Even more than that, I know this is like, yesterday was like super fun and goofy, and now this card's like a lot more serious. I apologize. I get super into it. I am so sorry. I'm such a nerd for it. I will, when we start getting into, it's not really until the end that I really can like put the allegory all together. So I'm happy to tell it now, and then you guys can like be on the lookout for it and see if it resonates with you, or I can wait until the end and then you can, you just tell me what you'd rather. I am such a misanthrope in general. Me too. Yep. My parents, when I reached high school, they would always laugh at me and they would tell me I was so jaded and that I was a nihilist. Okay. I heard the Fiend, which is you, has a destined arch nemesis. This individual must be the Sacred Judicator, correct?
What a lofty title.
Yeah, this story sounds pretty fake to me, too. Sunlight spills through the sanctuary's entrance. The silence is so intense that it's unsettling. The Legion of Justitius still haven't arrived. If there's no one to hold him back, I can't escape. I try to think of other ways to stall, so I quickly shift the conversation. Ah, yes, this is the resting place of your arch-nemesis. The Sacred Judicator in the mural might be long dead, but his ashes are kept here. There's even a statue of him in the inner hall. I sit on the armrest of a bench. Feigning excitement, I rest my chin in my hand and look at the Fiend. So, what's your pick for revenge? Smash it to bits, douse it in ink, cover it with curses, or scatter his ashes onto the streets? He falls silent again. I look over and see his countenance veiled in a soft light. It's difficult to discern the emotions hidden underneath. This man trapped you in the abyss for over 1,000 years while he was worshipped as a hero, basking in glory.
Are you referring to that glory built upon ignorant faith?
Yes, that one.
Do you expect me to envy such foolishness?
No, I'm very cynical. But... swoosh! A Justitia arrow forged from golden ore and crackling with electricity, cuts through the air right as I speak. Finally! Next to me, the Fiend raises his hand and makes a pinching motion. The flying arrow immediately disintegrates into particles. That'd be really cool if I could do that. Right before the next attack, the sanctuary is engulfed in a dazzling light that blinds everyone present with its radiance. Now! Behind the silver light, blades charge straight for the Fiend. They are accompanied by the sound of hurried footsteps. I step back and look for an opportunity to run outside.
How impudent.
I hear the crisp snap of his fingers behind me. A sharp pain suddenly surges from deep within my chest as if my soul has been taken. I can't move. My limbs stiffen and move uncontrollably, forcing me to turn around. I gasp as I take in the sight before me. The guards are tearing into each other like marionettes on invisible strings, slashing, ripping, and killing without mercy. Blood splatters across the engraved walls. The candelabras are toppled amidst the chaos, setting the drapes ablaze. The stained glass windows, once vibrant, now cast an ominous red glow, reflecting a twisted vision of purgatory. It's a good line. Haunting wails and screams echo through the sanctuary. The Fiend watches as the place descends into a blood-soaked inferno. He scoffs.
Even after all these years, mortals are still foolish to the last.
As light streams in through the stained glass, I can see the Fiend's blood-splattered face and the cold, cruel curve of his lips.
Come.
That was the sound of panties dropping worldwide. It's his eye manipulating everything.
You're only somewhat clever, but it's still a pitiful display. If you're planning to kill with a borrowed knife, you'd better make sure the blade is sharp enough.
The familiar excruciating pain tears through my flesh once more, and the faint golden light mixed with black mist is once again pulled from my body. We both had the same exact look on our face when he said that. I am no better than a man. His eye. It should be mine.
Even on the brink of death, you still dare to covet my eye.
I do.
You greedy fool.
You like it.
What a shame.
Wait! You can kill me whenever you like, but if you spare me, I can help you achieve more. And I bite my lip hard, forcing myself to stay calm and steady as I speak to him. I want to live, and I want your eye. It's like how you want my soul. Is there a problem with that? It's just too bad that I'm not as strong as you. The grip around my neck suddenly loosens.
You said you could help me achieve more. Give me an example.
Well, when a mommy dragon and a daddy dragon love each other very much, I'm sorry. I take 2 steps back. I cover my neck as I steady myself. My mind races, scrambling for anything a dragon might want. I can help you amass a large amount of wealth and collect a lot of souls. Whatever you need, I can get it for you. Don't look at me like that. In the next moment, my body is lifted off the ground as he soars into the sky. What are you doing now?
Ask again, and I'll devour you whole.
What are you doing now? Right? Predictable. That's me. With a snap of his fingers, energy erupts from the flames. The columns of fire rise upward and stain the clouds in mesmerizing crimson hues. Don't threaten me with a good time. Or do. The ground shakes and the magnificent solemn sanctuary at the heart of the city quickly crumbles into ruins.
For something as tedious as revenge, this will suffice. No need for a spectacle.
He said tedious. The wind sweeps up the screams and shouts of terror. The fiend holds me and flaps his wings as he flies off into the blazing sunset. He said revenge is tedious. I love that. I love that so much. Like, he's lived such horror and atrocity, which we'll get into in this card, that, like, revenge is just tedious. It's banal. Before the sun disappears under the horizon, we chase the last fragment of light. We find ourselves in a lair perched atop a cliff. As I look down in mid-air, the cliff and lair form a breathtaking sight between the peaks, like the skeleton of a dragon poised to take flight. He lands on the other side, where the lighting is noticeably better, and there are no blood-soaked stone platforms. Is this your home?
Have you ever met a fiend with a home?
I love that line. It's so simple, but it says so much. After the dragon puts me down, although it feels more like I was dropped, he drags his tail along a stone staircase to the upper level of the cave. Seeing that he isn't trying to restrain me, I turn and run toward the cave's entrance. Pebbles roll off the cliff, but I can't hear them fall. I stop just in time to stare at the sheer cliffside outside. My heart sinks into the depths of despair. Fine. If I can't go back to the Ivory City, I guess this dragon's lair will have to do. Light illuminates the cave every so often. I follow the faint glow up the stone steps and catch up to the figure ahead of me. I suppose you won't be eating my soul for now?
Assuming that was still the case, why would I even bring you back here?
Well.
Stay put.
Okay. Of course I don't believe this dragon spared me just because I can help him make money. But I don't know what he has planned for me. I walk up to him and continue our conversation. If I'm going to live here, my living quarters should at least be decent. Your cave is too basic? What do you think? Following the spiral stone staircase to the top of the cave, I feel as if I stepped into a world that never sees the light. The dragon stops walking. His tail coils around my waist and lifts me to the final step. With a cold, lowered gaze, he stares at me.
Choose.
You. I choose you, Pikachu. Oh, you meant somewhere else? Something else? Unspoken words catch in my throat as I watch him snap his fingers. He releases an energy orb that floats into the cave steps. One by one, red flames ignite as far as the eye can see. My surroundings are illuminated by their shimmering light. Before me is an endless array of treasures and luxurious garments.
You are not interested?
You'd really give these to me?
Why not? You're also mine now.
Don't you dare. His tail wraps around me again. My body is turned around and pushed toward the treasure trove. The dragon's lair hasn't been visited for a long time. I make my way to a pile of gold, clear away thick cobwebs, and spot an old, toppled sword rack behind it. I lift the nearly rotted wood and pick up a dagger that glints with a cold, sharp light.
It's called the Fiend Bane. Legends say you could plunge it into a dragon's heart and twist it 3 times to completely shatter the dragon's soul.
I'm gonna assume it doesn't do that if he's telling me that. Why would he tell me that if it really works? I set the dagger down and notice an open box to my right. Inside is a blade that looks like a hidden weapon.
The Golden Crow's Feather of Eternity. Designed specifically for gouging out a dragon's eyes.
Well,
You humans
I do want your
seem
eye.
to think the longer the name, the more formidable the weapon. But this little thing isn't even good for trimming my nails.
this diva. I turn and look around at the vast treasure trove. I never expected your collection would be all weapons. Do dragons have hobbies, too?
Your kind brought them here willingly.
Yep. I imagine they weren't particularly polite about it.
Indeed. It's a shame those who brought them to me are all dead. And I'm still alive.
I don't think that's a shame. So the sword that sealed you away, was it really given to you by the sacred judicator in the mural?
He was just lucky to get his hands on it, and fortunate enough to drive it into my chest. But only its true master can wield its power.
And that sword is inside me now? Does that mean I'm its true master? I clench my fist, but maybe my timing is off. The phantom of the greatsword doesn't appear as I'd hoped. Rounding a thick stone pillar, I find myself staring, not at weapons, but at a seemingly endless hoard of treasures. Fine clothes, paintings, musical instruments. Shocked, I can only stare until I realize I just swallowed my saliva. We've all been there.
If you want something, just reach out and take it.
In the flickering firelight, our shadows intertwine on the dimly lit wall. Snatch! Snatch, Sylus. Take him.
Just like this. Let your greed and desire burn a little brighter.
His tail glides up my calf. Smiling, the fiend leans in to whisper into my ear.
This is how you'll become worthy enough to be my meal.
This man stays an eater. I'm telling you. Holding a gem, my hand clenches in fear. I turn my head as his tail suddenly tightens around me. He laughs, watching me struggle in his grasp. That rich guy laugh. No wonder you spared me. You want to fatten me up before going in for the kill.
Even so, you still cling to that gem despite being so close to death's sweet embrace. You truly are a source of entertainment.
I am funny. Enjoy my company while you can. I might bring you a deadlier experience next time.
Who says death can't be entertaining in itself?
The firelight casts shadows under his eyelashes. He leans in. He's so close that I can feel his breath enveloping me. It's reminiscent of liquor's intoxicating aroma.
I'll be waiting with bated breath.
Put a fork in me, I'm done. I would have been toast. Dunzo. Nope. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna take my dogs outside real quick, because they are barking to tell me that it is time to do that. So I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break. I will grab hydration and I will bring it here so it is next to me. I will have it here. It will be here, I promise. And if it's not, you yell at me. Absolutely. So give me just one. Well, not 1 minute. Give me a couple minutes. Let me just. I'm going to take a couple minutes, take care of my dogs, then I'll be back, and we will be sat. Okay. Just gonna make sure my microphone's working. It is. Hello, party people. I have water. I have it. I swear. You are my handler. Okay. Thank you, Shaylee. I'm bracing my heart for this. This is rough. I apologize for the interruptions with my dogs, guys. It's been such a weird day for them with the guys on my roof literally since 8 a.m. and they just left like an hour ago. So my dogs are all, their whole routine is messed up and it's been a day. So anywho, on we go! I have so much to say about this myth, but I don't want to say it yet. Because for those who haven't experienced it yet before, I want to let you absorb. I might fail at remembering to get food and water for myself, but I can remember to help others. I'm the same exact way. As a dog owner, no apologies necessary. Absolutely get it. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was so weird. And my landlord just dropped this on me, last night. While I was streaming, he texted me last night and was like, hey, so I need you to move your car because I got guys working on your roof tomorrow. And I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Onward. With hydration. That night, the dragon places me with all the treasures he gathered. It's as if I'm one of them. It appears like everything is present, but all I can grasp is the moonlight descending into the lair from an opening. Whenever I close my eyes, the sound of howling wind inside the cave sends me back to that blood-red valley. All I can hear is a dragon's cries. The moment those blades pierce his chest, the same pain and fury also run through me. Perhaps a fragment of the dragon's soul truly did enter my body the moment I pulled out the sword. At the time, I didn't understand the implications. I also didn't know this would mark the start of a curse. That's how it is when I'm playing BG3 with my friend. We never know how long we'll have before I need a break to deal with dog. Honestly, yeah, me too. It's so funny too, because all my friends that I game with, they always know when I'm like, hold on guys, I gotta go do dog stuff. And they're like, yep, we'll see you in 10. I want to be a dragon's treasure. I want to be this dragon's treasure for sure. And we are though, because in so many of his future cards, we are his greatest treasure. But he also respects our autonomy and our personhood, which is why I'm obsessed with him. He literally says in Shared Bliss, when he thinks you're asleep, I've always been afraid to show people my greatest treasure, but she has legs and she's sly and she's smart and she can't be stolen from me. And I was like, what a healthy display of masculinity. He trusts her to be as true to him as he is to her. Sorry. This is true. He needs to be real. I will offer up a kitty to find this man IRL. I was hoping that maybe I could manifest him like a tulpa. I don't know if anybody knows what a tulpa is. I learned it from Supernatural. It's like excuse me. It's like what is it, Mayan? Is it, hold on. That's not how you spell that. Tulpa. Originating in Tibetan Buddhism. Okay, I was way off. A tulpa is a mental entity created through focused thought and visualization. So it's the more you believe in it, you can manifest it. So I'm like, if we all collectively believe in Sylus. I need to finish watching Supernatural. That show. So you know how I'm super engrossed in Love and Deep Space lore? I'm pretty much at the same level with Supernatural. It was that level of hyperfixation, and I've just loved it forever and ever since I discovered it. I discovered it in high school. Clap if you believe in Sylus. Hello. The clap heard round the world. BRB, gonna manifest me a Sylus or a Caleb, or maybe both. Both is good. We like both. I'm so sorry. You guys are waiting for me to play this myth, and here I am, clapping. because I want him to be real. Okay, as dawn arrives, I lie on a pile of gold, squinting at the lackluster jewels. I was twirling the fiend bane in my hand for the third time. He's just gonna fatten me up before savoring the kill. I can't let everything go his way. The source of his power is from his right eye. If I could take it... After a night of turning it over in my mind, I've decided I need that eye. With that eye, I might just be able to escape the dragon and avoid the fate of having my soul devoured. Which means I'll have to strike first. It will definitely take more than one attempt, and I may not even be able to wound him, but testing the waters can't hurt. He's after my soul. He won't just kill me off. Besides, if he's going to treat me like a pet cat, he shouldn't be surprised if he gets scratched. Walking down the stone staircase, I find myself circling around the broken central pillar over and over. Steps gradually merge with the ground and extend into the depths below. The dragon rests here. You're fine, take your time. I'm still trying to get a grocery order put together. The brain fog is fogging today. Preach. The brain fog is fogging. All the time, every day. What's up? No, I totally understand. And make sure you're taking care of yourself too, because I know that you're dealing with migraine stuff and feminine stuff and like just not fun stuff in general. So you make sure you're taking care of yourself too. We're about to get a Kindled, everyone. And I would just like to say one thing before this Kindled plays. And that is, why is the tail so hot? I found you. Oh, don't play like a potato. Now we're Aladdin. Take this chance. I knew it.
Your footsteps are noisy, and you breathe heavily. Consider yourself lucky. At the moment, I'm bored to tears.
Strike! You'd be a fool to think I only brought one dagger! Ha-ha! You...
Child's play. I admit you're clever at times, yet your skills leave much to be desired. If you still have tricks, now is the time to use them, mortal. I could use a stretch.
If a direct attack doesn't work, I'll have to try a more subtle approach. Pretend to soften. I don't have anything else. I was just bored and wanted to play around. You'll let me go, yes?
Before you tried to kill me, did you consider that it'd end like this?
I thought it might end in sex. Wishful thinking. Strangle? The sexy kind.
I see. Your overconfidence truly led you to believe I'd be merciful. Feel your heartbeat right now.
It's racing for
Don't forget,
a few reasons.
If I apply more pressure at
Why
this
is the tail so
very
hot?
spot, your heart will never beat again. Are you going to stay this week forever?
I'm unwell.
This will be the mark for the first time. Until this moment.
Because we are degenerates.
You
Indeed.
will have 2 more chances to take my life. Prove to me that you can be stronger.
This myth is where I realized I'm a monster fucker. So that's a thing you know about me now. I get migraines so often, I'm pretty sure my tolerance for them is much higher. I so know the feeling, so I tend to push through them more than I probably should. I do too. I tend to work with migraines. Like, I usually go whole days with migraines. The man needs to be bitten. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. My first hunt ends with me being branded with a mark from the dragon. Aside from the dragon who resides in the cave's depths, there's also the cave's opening above where the light pours in. That's another challenge to overcome. Even if the dragon has no interest in hurting me at the moment, I can't let myself stay trapped in this gilded cage with no way out. Migraines are no fun. That's totally true. I never got them until I got a concussion in high school, and then I got them all the time. I tear apart the golden silk carpets from the dragon's lair and weave them into a rope. Using his collection of weapons, I carve footholds into the wall. Excuse me. I throw the rope up again and again. With every fall and every fresh wound, the gap between me and freedom grows a little smaller. The dragon knows about my escape plan. Sometimes he even sits on the pile of gold, resting his head in his hands as he watches. He neither helps nor stops me. It takes me a while to realize he isn't just watching. He's studying me out of sheer boredom. Just like I used to watch a cat in the sanctuary that kept trying to jump over a wall it could never clear. I don't think it's... I actually get more of the vibe that he's fascinated, not so much bored. I finally managed to reach the top. 5 days later, at the break of dawn, I finally pull myself out of the cave's opening. But I learned that while I found a way to freedom, it's also another dead end. Outside the lair, the abyss seems bottomless. One can only gaze upon a city of ebony, Taurus City. It is a place where fiends lurk. An endless crimson mountain range, covered with forests that are void of life with their scorched trees, surrounds the lonely city. There is no other path. Behind me, a narrow ridge snakes downward like the spine of a dragon. Between the vertebrae lies a vast, yawning chasm.
You'll die if you can't make the jump.
As I prepare to sprint and leap, the dragon lands behind me. You won't let me die, or else you won't be able to have my soul. However, you're not concerned about me running away.
If you can go down without dying, then you may come and go as you please.
I guess it's
I'm
reasonable.
also curious to see where a sorceress who consorts with a fiend thinks she can go.
With his arms crossed, he floats in front of me. I shoot a glance at his dragon horns and tail. You're skilled in flapping your tongue to annoy people.
Thank you. It's one of my few strengths.
I still haven't found the Judicator's oracle who judged me. My revenge is far from over. Sorry, he's so sassy. Looking for him is better than staying here.
Don't bother. Even if you leap down these 21 bones, no one in your hometown will be waiting for you.
I just want to point out, he said down these 21 bones. A soul weighs 21 grams. It's brought up several times in the main story because they each have one half of each other's soul. And so each half weighs 10.5 grams, 21 altogether. But so it's 21 bones. I was like, oh, that's a nice little Easter egg. What do you mean? The dragon tosses me a blood-stained bag. What's in it?
Eyes. Crows pecked out the eyes of the person you're looking for.
I mean, that was a punishment, I think. You bury somebody up to their neck and, like, let animals, like crows and shit, peck out their eye. Am I crazy? Where did I hear that? Where did I learn that? I learned that somewhere. My gut tells me this isn't the dragon's doing. What happened?
You had me destroy a sanctuary, but the Legion of Justicia took it further. They wiped out an entire city under the pretense that doomsday is nigh. Humans.
No, that sounds familiar, but maybe we're both crazy. Maybe. I know that is a reference that's made in Mass Effect, because Mass Effect is my other sci-fi obsession. And I know Javik says it at one point, but again, I think it's from before that too. I think both of them are referencing an old practice that we've had here. I don't remember what culture it was, but I'm pretty sure it's something that's been done here on Earth. I don't know. The dragon leisurely floats in front of me, a wicked smile on his face, a blood-red vortex swirling deep in his right eye.
The Ivory City is a burning purgatory now. A rare sight indeed. Shall I take you there?
You can take me anywhere. At the highest point of the dragon's ridge, crimson clouds surge upward. I can't even speak. I'm overwhelmed. Whew. I'm swept into a boundless sea of roaring flames. After experiencing a moment of vertigo, I feel as if I'm soaring through the air. A massive shadow glides over the burning ivory city below. The clash of steel echoes from the blood-stained streets. Stirred by wings, the air carries blood, metallic scent alongside a burnt, acrid smell. These are scenes the dragon once witnessed. The memories replay in the soul that's hidden within my body.
Humans don't need fiends. Their own fear is enough to bring about the world's end.
He's right. This myth is full of bangers. They got bars. As if this cruel spectacle of people destroying each other wasn't entertaining enough, I soon find myself falling. My soul trembles in pure ecstasy as I soar through the roaring flames. I pay little attention to the warm droplets that splash my eyes. Enough! Enough! I forcefully shove away the one responsible for these visions. The air turns bone-chillingly cold again. I lose my balance and descend. Above me, sunlight pierces through heavy cloud cover, yet the sky grows ever distant as I fall. The dragon's expression changes from cruel amusement to alarm as he spreads his wings. He flies toward me. The air no longer moves when a scorching embrace envelops me. The descent doesn't stop. It's as if I'm being held in a safe cocoon. The day the dragon and I destroyed the sanctuary, the War of Doomsday began. I never imagined that the peace sustained for over 1,600 years could be broken so easily. It rained for 3 consecutive days in Tara's city. I sit in the dragon's lair and receive shiny trinkets every day. One night, a small mountain cat came in to play with me. It wasn't until later that I realized there's no way a mountain cat could just wander into a dragon's lair on its own. Could the dragon be comforting me? Not me already in love. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. After the storm clears, the sky above the dragon's nest is still shrouded in dark, swirling clouds. From here I can see Tara's city, a city of ebony that is the opposite of my hometown, a city of ivory. That place is chaotic and evil, a home for those who are shunned by others. It's a world different from what I know. But when night falls, its outline resembles the ivory city. Not so different after all, MC, huh?
What's that sound?
A faint breeze blows from behind me as the dragon folds his wings. He lands a few steps away from me. As I sing the final note, I close my mouth and continue gazing at the distant lights in Tara's city. A requiem for the departed.
Sing it again.
I'm gonna swoon. Haven't you ever heard someone sing before?
I've never heard you sing.
I'm swooning. He sits next to me and his tail curls behind me. Not the tail! The nights in Tara's city are always brightly lit. Unlike the flames of war in the Ivory City, desires and revelry burn.
I heard you're the princess of Ivory City.
I manage a stiff smile. I was supposed to be a weapon to slay dragons. They told me I could kill a dragon, so they filled my head with a lot of things about them. But when they decided to execute me, they said I was a dragon.
That's how humans are. They fear those who are different.
The night breeze rolls across the ground and carries the scent of charred trees. Maybe there's another forest fire nearby.
Why can't you leave that place behind?
I shield a flickering white candle in front of me, its flame about to go out. It's not that. I just lived there for a long time.
Oh, you consider that place your home.
Maybe I just miss the cats, dogs, and birds there.
Face it. No matter how much you hate it or want to leave, a home is still a part of your soul. The more you try to excise it, the more you'll be reminded of who you are.
This man stays waxing poetic. Like, I know that Raph is an artist, and he is an artist, and he is deep, and has depths and vastness, and so much to him, but like, Sylus? Jesus Christ. Okay, are we literally sharing a mind? Yes, we are. Yes. He's making us both thirsty at the same rate. That's what's happening. When I don't respond, he changes the conversation to the topic of my supposed crimes.
Enlighten me. What do you and dragons have in common?
Well, you see, the thing is, we have nothing in common. I just broke the rules by keeping a golden lamp with an engraved dragon. Aside from the one in the fiend-slaying god, no dragons are allowed in the sanctuary. But I could only talk to that little dragon. And one day they caught me talking to it. Even now, I can't help but laugh when I remember the Judicator's Oracle's expression upon seeing that obsidian dragon coiled around the lamp. To think a carefully trained, dragon-slaying weapon would cherish a dragon instead. The Judicator's Oracle looked like he had been attacked by a dragon. Hysteric, he ordered me to destroy my dragon. I know it's just an object. Destroying it would be easy. I remember clutching the little dragon as I was forced into a corner. The shadows of the crowd engulfed me like a tide. But I didn't want to listen to them that day. The essence of the Ivory City is reflected in its citizens. People dress nicely, exude grace, and possess untainted souls. The Judicator's Oracle says desire is the seed of calamity. Excessive indulgence will allow this disease to grow quietly. So, I had to act like everyone else. I needed to abide by proper etiquette, say the right words, and bind my hands and feet with invisible white threads. All of these things turned me into a puppet without a heart. But they still burned my dragon. To kill my dragon, they framed me for a great crime. They sentenced a puppet to death because it had one desire. Since they've branded me a sorceress, fine then. How could I not do what a sorceress is supposed to do? Strands of my hair flutter as I look at the dragon beside me. Since they destroyed what was most precious to me, it's only fair that they surrender what's most precious to them. Everyone wearing a sacred robe should have their chest split open to see their truest selves. The threads binding me are cut away, one by one. I tighten my fist and finally see what's wrapped inside. A heart still beating. Revenge and plunder, that's my desire. If you can make it happen, my soul is yours. The night grows colder and the candle finally flickers out. The dragon doesn't respond to my deal, he just leans in closer.
Do you know what you look like right now? You're a young dragon who just grew her horns.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment, thank you. Upon imagining this, I lower my head and start laughing. Maybe he's right. With my little dragon gone, horns grew in my heart.
Growing dragon horns symbolizes a rebirth.
Death
It's
and
a good
rebirth.
thing.
What about you? How did it feel when you grew your horns?
It was nothing special.
Which means it was awful. The dragon sits back down, avoiding my gaze.
It just hurt a bit.
Then are you a dragon or a human? Maybe he doesn't hear me, or maybe he just ignores it. He lets out a chuckle. I know my request can be considered unreasonable. It's fine if you can't do it.
Even if your desire is to resurrect the people of the Ivory City, it's still within my capabilities.
Sounds pretty godlike. Is this a fiend's act of kindness?
People are far more interesting alive than dead.
True.
If you truly want revenge, the best way is to keep them alive. Or would you say
another
this
bar.
world is the closest thing to hell itself?
Yes.
You can only feel pain when you're alive.
I mean, it's like Sylus has been in my brain. Which is like... What? What are you doing? His expression is malicious when he speaks, but his eyes sparkle like gemstones. I recall the dragon in the valley with a sword in its chest. Is this the wisdom you've learned as a dragon?
You faced death before. You should know the answer.
He's right. Do you think you'll devour my soul first, or will I pluck out your eye first? The dragon ignores my mischievous question and looks beyond Taurus City.
Sing that song again.
I know our conversation is brought to a close. It's boring without music. It sounds better with an organ accompaniment. Can you get one for me?
It's a simple matter. Consider it done.
He likes me. He really likes me. He gets up to leave and I grab hold of his tail. Not the tail. Hey, do you have a name?
Doesn't matter.
You can't eat me for now, and I won't be leaving anytime soon. Looks like we'll be stuck with each other for a while. What should I call you? Demon? Dragon? Or maybe Drago? The fiend gives me a cold stare. Sensing his boredom, I shut my mouth, but then I hear two faint syllables rumble from his throat. Yes! Avenue Q is always relevant. Me and my dad have been singing that all the time recently. Like any song from Avenue Q. That one, and The Internet is for Porn, and Everyone's a Little Bit Racist. I don't know why we've been on an Avenue Q kick lately, but yes. Stairus? Or are you telling me to stay clear?
It's an ancient Philosian word. Since you can't read it, you probably won't understand it.
How about I call you by a name that sounds similar? Is Sylus alright with you?
Call me whatever you want, but don't expect me to respond.
The dragon rises and his unseen wings stir up small gusts around him. Where are you going, Sylus? He takes a half step back and falls off the cliff.
I'll be resting.
Not me, emotional, because the name went from dragon to Sylus. Also, that he's kept that name for thousands of years that we gave him. I'm not okay. I'm not. On the night I learned the dragon's name, I see him again in my dream. He falls into the valley as soldiers from the Legion of Justitia thrust their weapons into his chest. He slides down, and sharp rocks tear into his flesh. The dragon's roar fills the valley, then slowly fades into silence. But at the bottom of the valley, it's not a dragon lying there. It's a young man, barely clinging to life. Cape Monster was the last role I performed before I got sick. It was a dream role. Oh my god, I bet that was so much fun. I would love to play that role. It's amazing. It'd be so fun. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by love and depression right now. My apologies. This fucking myth, man. Jesus Christ. Fucking kills me. Taurus City sits near the foot of the dragon's lair. The origin of its name is lost to time, but it's said to be connected to the abyss. And unlike other cities, Taurus City's market is... The stall we passed by, a wanderer's head was being displayed?
You reacted quickly. Should I remind you that you're currently fiddling with a wanderer's thigh? What? Are you terrified?
No, I just suddenly thought of something. That painting we were looking at earlier, is the canvas made from dragon hide? What? Are you terrified?
I don't remember my voice sounding this annoying.
I dragged the dragon into one strange shop after another, even though I know there won't be any pipe organs for sale. The way they roast each other and like rib each other, like that's goals. That's how I am. I'll take what's most valuable in this world. That's the deal he silently agreed to. But right now, I just want to see an invincible fiend looking troubled. You have no intention of disguising yourself.
No need. No one would believe a fiend would wander around a market. Besides, everyone sees a fiend differently. Some see ugliness, others see horror, cruelty. What they see isn't me. They only see their own hearts.
I hold up a mirror from a stall. It reflects the face of the dragon. Can you guess what I see when I look at you? He lowers the mirror as if he heard a childish joke. He leans closer.
At the very least, I'm a lot more handsome than I was depicted in that fiend-slaying god mural.
That's a direct quote from me. Thank you. Same. I know. I love that kind of relationship. And not like where you actually resent each other, but the playfulness and the teasing is something I like to maintain. Oh. I thought the famous market of Taurus City would be more interesting, given how it's known for fiend-related items. It turns out to be just a bunch of normal stuff.
You won't be able to find wind chimes made of finger bones anywhere else.
But we could make some. I pick up a small obsidian sculpture. They even have a goat bone amulet. People in the sanctuary dislike these kinds of things because they believe horns represent fiends. Yet they're quite popular here.
Do you want it? In that case, you can carry this stuff back by yourself later.
I want something smaller and more intricate. There's a fiend's horn ring, a fiend's wing necklace. This volcanic stone pendant isn't bad.
It's not bad.
Sylus leans down to look. However, he scoffs.
Pitch black and shaped like a crippled dragon.
I place the pendant back. I turn my head and my eyes light up again. Look at this fiend's eye bracelet. Isn't it more adorable than the treasures in your lair?
You see a cheap, thin coating as beautiful. Are the cracks special? Did you come here just for these?
I can't believe I almost forgot how sharp your tongue is after we spent so much time together. Getting a nice word out of you is like pulling teeth. I fiddle with the bracelet in front of me. Since my taste doesn't seem to align with yours, why don't you tell me about the most valuable piece in your collection?
The painted oil lamp made out of pure gold and that ruby necklace. You wouldn't use them if I gave them to you. Why are you interested in cheap things?
You actually measure worth based on monetary value?
There's another way.
I sigh dramatically and click my tongue, trying to appear deep and wise. You certainly live up to the stereotype of dragons being greedy for treasure. However, true value comes from something a little warmer. Take this bracelet, for instance. It might not look impressive, but it carries a great significance. Ignoring his dark, brooding look, I grab the dragon's hand and, without waiting for permission, slip the bracelet onto his wrist. Boop. Here, look at the words engraved on it.
The fiend shall always shield you. How warm and comforting.
The dragon glances down at the bracelet but doesn't take it off right away. The pupilless merchant senses something and quickly faces us. He taps his tobacco pipe with pinpoint accuracy on the bracelet.
1 piece of information, or 30 gold coins for the bracelet.
For this bone bracelet? At best, it's worth... I'm about to start haggling, but when I look up, the dragon is already opening his pouch. A cascade of gold coins spills from his hand onto the counter. Okay. We love a man who spends. On us. The blind merchant doesn't move to count them. His ears just twitch slightly.
You've given too much. Rules are rules. I'll keep the gold and give you 2 pieces of information.
2 pieces of information.
First, the fiend has returned.
No.
The Legion of Justicia will march to Taurus City soon.
You don't say.
You two need to be careful.
We will. Sylus and I exchange a glance. The merchant, expressionless, turns his face toward me.
As for the second one, before long, the fiend will meet his destined arch-nemesis once again.
Well.
Right over there.
Well. He tilts his pipe and my eyes follow. In the distance, beyond the barren forest, I spot an obsidian spire jutting out. Well? I hook my arm around the dragon's neck, stand on my tiptoes, and whisper in his ear. Isn't that the place where you tried to eat me for the first time? She means that in a funny way. I'd be saying that in a sexy way.
Do you wish to return for the sake of nostalgia?
I don't see why not. Who knows? Maybe something unexpected will occur there.
An abandoned, dilapidated chapel won't offer anything worth the trek.
Or will it?
Don't forget why I'm here with you.
I let go of the dragon's neck and pretend to be displeased. It's not like you just found out I'm insatiable. If I can't get the organ, I'll just grab a few other things as consolation. These, and these. Don't they all suit you perfectly? I quickly pick up a few intricately designed accessories and shove them into the dragon's arms. Then I stand on my tiptoes to hang a bone wind chime on his horn. You are my Christmas tree.
You...
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What? Our gazes meet. I blink at him as I'm still standing on my tiptoes. The evening sky casts a soft, rosy glow over the dragon. He looks at me for a moment, then sets the coin pouch on the table. Don't flick me. I'll flick you. I would like it. Oh, Sylus tree, oh, Sylus tree, how lovely are your branches.
Don't leave a single one behind. Take everything. We're leaving.
I open my arms to the dragon and he lifts me. He carries me and my treasures as we soar over Tara's city. Right. Branches. I can't wink with a shit, but that's alright. Oh, here we go. It's coming, y'all. Brace yourselves. During my days in the dragon's lair, Sylus and I achieve a delicate balance. I couldn't obtain his eye, and he never brought up the fiendish deal that would cost me my soul. We live like true companions, together in the dragon's lair above Tara's city. When dusk descends, we venture out for reckless raids and return with our spoils before dawn. My favorite sight was watching the Judicator's army, who had been ruthlessly extorting people with warnings of impending doom, fall to their knees at the sight of a real fiend and a resurrected sorceress. The thrill of revenge made my soul tremble, and each time he would ask me, "Is there anything else you desire?" I'm so sorry if anybody... Did anybody watch Hey Arnold? If you watched Hey Arnold, Helga G. Pataki, who was obsessed with Arnold, there was an episode where she's talking to her little Arnold shrine in her closet, and she talks about how Arnold makes her girlhood tremble. That's all I can think about when I read the word tremble. Ah! I'm sorry. I was too excited. Hold on. Let me make sure that's fine. That's all I can think about whenever I read the word tremble and all this. So I apologize. That much. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's two. Let's see. Is that better? I loved that show. I wanted Arnold's bedroom. Totally wanted Arnold's bedroom. Okay. My apologies. The dragon personally nurtures my ambition as he leads me from one raid to another, regardless of how dangerous the target is. As long as I say I want it, he fulfills my every wish without fail. It's giving Wesley As You Wish. That just hit me right now. I've read this a million times, and that just hit me right now. Fate tumbles like an uncontrollable bead rolling into a bottomless abyss. Under the guise of helping me get my revenge, he feeds the beast in my heart called desire. I know he is. You were about to say it too, Chaylee. Stop. That's my favorite movie ever made, of all time. But then you said Hey Arnold and I got distracted. So I was stuck on tremble. Yet slowly, my heart gains new desires. This place, and over here, we've already been to these places, correct? I sit cross-legged on a new cushion. I eat some fruit and mark several areas on a star map. The pomegranate I had set my eyes on gets taken away before I can move my hand. Ignoring my glare, Sylus taps the edge of the star map. The
Didn't
pomegranate
you
is
say you wanted the
significant.
minerals and starships here?
We have starships now? That's very interesting. Okay. His tone barely conceals his excitement. On my shoulder, the mark he left faintly burns with the blood-red gleam in his eyes. The pomegranate is significant, and I can say why later. I don't have to. If you're familiar with Greek mythology, you probably know. I touch the burning skin and recall the sanctuary we raided 2 days ago. Adjudicator's oracle, wearing a splendid white robe, is held up by one hand. A rabid, bestial cruelty boils in the dragon's eyes. Back then, the mark hurt just like this. I shook my head and decided not to think about whether the pain was an omen of things to come. I rest my chin on my hand and say a long, drawn-out, "Oh." "You remember everything," I said. Sylus raises an eyebrow and takes a blood orange from the silver platter. I quickly snatch it away. When he's caught off guard, I arch my back like a cat and pounce. I press a silver knife against his neck. And be honest with me. What do you gain from indulging my desires like this? Pleasure. He gets pleasure. I pin him down against a cushion. The knife and bleeding wound dissipate into crimson light particles as he chuckles. Sylus looks up at me. We can feel each other's breaths. As he raises his head, his nose gently brushes against mine. I would be undone. When I tell you I would be in a puddle on the floor of that lair before you could blink.
What about you? What's in it for you to attempt an assassination with such a weak hand?
I'm thirsty. Help. Before the curtains, our eyes meet. The afterglow is reflected in his eyes, which emit a surreal warmth. A strange flutter brushes against my heart, and a soft laugh escapes my lips. I return to my original spot before peeling and savoring a pomegranate. You don't need to tell me. The greedier the soul, the more delicious it is. Am I mistaken? In any case, let's hope it doesn't backfire on you. Sylus laughs. As I take out another pomegranate seed, he leans in and snatches it with his teeth.
Likewise.
Excuse me. Thank you. I need that for reasons.
You haven't fled because you're waiting for an opportunity to take my eye. Is that right?
But as I stare into his eyes, I find that I don't truly want to hurt him. Besides the horns and tail, he's almost no different from a human. Aside from searching for places to plunder, the dragon and I often meet at the top of the lair. Sometimes I tell him the stories I've heard. He rarely speaks as if he's engrossed, or perhaps he just wants someone to watch the moon with him. Occasionally, the dragon talks about himself. He speaks about the myriad of dragon-slaying weapons in his treasure trove, and the 108 ways humans have tried to kill him. Also coming back to that. But most of the time, we just sit together and say nothing. The gentle night smooths his sharp scales and reveals his true form. I have to jot down notes or I'm going to forget stuff. I'm going to mention a few things after we finish this section. Hold on. Yes, I need notes. This is how my brain works. I'm so sorry. The sun is setting and the rocks still retain daylight's warmth. Drowsy, I'm in the middle of relaxing and drying my hair that I just washed.
Does your song truly need an organ? We already bought a bone flute.
If I don't write it down, it didn't happen. Truly. Literally. I live by lists now. I have lists for everything, which is so funny because when I was in school, I hated lists. But I think I just didn't understand their use because I never got taught. Now I live by them. They rule my life. I don't know when the dragon decided to lie down next to me. I pat his damp hair. Why don't I teach you the song since you like it so much?
No.
All right. Well then. You don't want to, or you don't think you can learn it? Oh no. To this break? Uh-oh. Hold on. I cup his face in my hands and make him meet my gaze. I just realized something these days. You don't understand a song's melody, can't see the beauty in patterns, and can't even taste the flavors of food. Is that right?
Dragons don't need those things to survive.
He escapes from my hands, yet I detect a hint of awkwardness in his words. You act mature, but you were sealed away for so long. Sylus, you're still a young dragon, aren't you? You only just learned how to hide your wings. I gently stroke the horns on top of his head. Then my hand glides down his prominent spine and reaches his tail. Why does it feel like foreplay? Help. But you can't hide your horns and tail. Are you an adult? Don't tell me you're just acting mature because you're worried about ruining your fiendish image. The dragon stays silent and flicks his tail away from me. He loops it around us and it touches the small of my back. Why does that feel so sensual?
Are you trying to say you've uncovered my secret?
A defiant force gently pulls me toward the dragon's chest.
All right. Let's assume there is a young dragon before you. What will you do? Eat it?
Only in the sexy way. I'd tell it that we're doing something humans call hugging.
Then do humans still hug each other, even when they want to kill each other? Like us.
Clouds drift across the sky and cover the moonlight for a moment. It's difficult for me to discern his facial expression. Nom nom nom. Indeed. Some words are like the moonlight hidden by the clouds. Once the moment passes, there's no need to say them anymore. I roll into a more relaxed position and lie on my back. Oh, I bet you do. What does a human soul taste like? We've known each other for so long, but I've never seen you eat. Have you never eaten a soul? The dragon remains on his side. He stares at me as if my face holds secrets he hasn't discovered yet.
Most human souls are disgusting. They're even less appealing than a wanderer's proto-core.
When I first saw you, you said my soul was lackluster. Was that actually a compliment?
Indeed. It's as lifeless as a slice of turkey meat.
You're playing hard to get right now. You stop it. Just kidding. Thinking back, I can't help but laugh.
Is there something else you want?
No. Maybe I just wanted to know if a dragon capable of luring humans into darkness could truly feel the human emotion called love, a desire that goes beyond mere survival. In his world, apart from survival and killing, could there also be room for organs and hugs? Or maybe the person next to me only appears to be human, and his indulgence toward me is just so he can obtain my soul. Sylus, those gems and weapons are boring. If you want to cultivate my desire, you need to give me something rarer. This time, I can't stand being the only one who's troubled by this thought. So, I demand something from him he can never own and will never offer. Your soul or your love. That D. That tail! What'd that tail do? I'm sorry, I'm joking, I'm sorry. Help. I'm gonna go with your love. Your love. As expected, he looks surprised and then laughs.
A fiend's love. What are you going to do with something that doesn't exist?
If it doesn't exist, then it's even more precious.
Speak. What does it mean to truly love a person? Have you ever loved anyone before?
No, but I know exactly what to do. I move closer to him and lift myself up to plant a kiss on the dragon's forehead. How would you reach? You're so much shorter. Sorry. Oh wait, he's laying down, isn't he? I can't remember. When humans fall in love, they want to kiss. Maybe dragons feel the same way. The dragon's claws sweep across my cheek. Once again, he looks at me as if I'm prey.
But maybe you should know the fate that befalls a dragon's lover.
Didn't you just say dragons don't love? Liar. See through you, sir. Taurus City's tavern is always open. On stage, a woman wearing a fiery red dress has just left. Amidst the boisterous cacophony from the drunkards, I sit next to Sylus, who's in the shadows by the window. I wear a hooded cloak. I'm Little Red Riding Hood. How are the souls here? Does their scent make you feel nauseous?
It's chaotic, but it's still better than the hypocritical sanctuary.
Thud. A waiter has placed a wooden cup filled with red liquid in front of me before walking away. Under the lights, a dragon's roar suddenly resounds as an actor with dragon wings on his back sings center stage. Sylus didn't bring me here for a midnight snack. You're already a dragon. Why do I need to watch a fake one?
Don't you humans like stories? Watch it.
Yes, Daddy. It seems to be a very long story. The actor who's playing the dragon sings for a long time without changing. Bored, I stir the beef sauce on my plate. Words fly over my head since I'm barely paying attention. The body next to me is warm. I wrap the dragon's tail around myself and move closer. Resting my head on his shoulder, I drift in and out of sleep. Oh my gosh. Words. Other cities should be chaotic because of the Legion of Justitia, but the people in Taurus City still have happy lives.
The people here are like seeds. They only grow if they're fortunate. Even if they sprout, they might not survive the next day. They can only live in the moment.
Are we also people who might not survive the next day?
What are you trying to say?
I grab the dragon's wrist. Smiling, I narrow my eyes. I want to say something that's more precious than any treasure a human could obtain. I like you. I like who you are right at this moment. I turn away and notice how the dragon's face is faintly reflected on the window. I secretly watch him and notice his smile that vanishes as quickly as it appears. My whittle dragon. He's just a whittle dragon.
Turn around.
He grips my shoulder and forces me to face him.
Are you trying to move me with your human love?
Is it working? I said it because I wanted to. Now that moment has come and gone. The dragon pulls my hood over my eyes. My heart slightly trembles, but all I receive is a gentle flick.
Too late. I'll remember this.
I turn around and the story on stage has reached its final act. The actor playing a fiend embraces and kisses his lover. At the same time, he plunges his blood-soaked claws into her chest. Oh, this is awkward. At night, the dragon carries the sleepy girl through Taurus City's crowded alleys. No one spares them another glance. It truly looks like he's an ordinary human returning home in the moonlight. I love this next little bit because it's from his perspective. It's kind of a third omniscient, but like with him as the center. And we don't get that enough from these guys, and I love it, and I want more of it. Infold, I'm talking directly to you. Sylus, I don't understand the play you made me see. Maybe I fell asleep halfway through?
Then sleep. It wasn't an interesting play in either case.
But I want to hear it. You must tell me, or else I'm going to have nightmares.
It's about a dragon.
Figures surround them. He could fly her back to the dragon's lair, but tonight he wants to walk a bit longer with her.
In the beginning, the dragon lived in a valley with other dragons. Amongst his kin, he was the only one with a human appearance. He mistakenly believed he was a normal person. But as he grew older, Horns sprouted from his head and a tail from his back. He had never seen anything like this on someone before. He was scared. So he picked up a blade because he wanted to remove them, but the horns and scales would grow back, dripping with blood. It didn't matter how many times he cut them.
He turns and walks into a small path. There are fewer people here. His voice softens as if he's actually lulling her to sleep.
After a long time, he finally came to terms with being a monster with horns. But then, the love of his life appeared.
The moment she pulled out her sword, he knew she was the one destined to kill him. She was his arch-nemesis. But somewhere along the way, he stopped wanting to consume her soul.
She showed him human love and companionship, making him think he could live like a human too. And slowly, without realizing it, he began to forget he was a dragon.
Maybe it was the first time she climbed to the cave's opening and the morning light touched her dirty, scraped face. Or maybe it was her unchecked, ever-growing desire that reminded him of his old self. Or perhaps deep down, she's also a little monster with horns of her own.
Yet a monster can never truly become a human. He cannot escape his fate as a dragon. Nor can he love anyone for long. Dragons have an inherent tendency to toy with human desire. But in the end, they inevitably become enslaved by it and turn into true monsters. At the end of the story, he killed his beloved. This is the dragon's curse.
As he walks away, the lights fade behind him. He pulls off his cloak, revealing the creature beneath. His form with dragon horns and a tail remains. Sylus, do you hate humans?
I wouldn't say I like them for now.
Me either. But I'm a human too. Invisible wings slice through the air. Carrying the sleepy girl, he soars through the skies. What about you? Why stay by a dragon's side? It's very interesting that last line isn't dialogue. MC didn't say it. And it wasn't put in parentheses like a thought of hers. It's just put as a line. And it almost sounds like it's talking directly to the reader. What about you? Why stay by a dragon's side? I have so many thoughts. And I'm so bad at organizing them. To me, this whole myth is an allegory for trauma. We haven't seen this yet. We will. It will show moments of transformation as a direct result of undergoing trauma. But even when his horns and his tail started to grow and he was scared and he cut them off again and again, I mean, talk about shame and hiding your inner demons. There's this idea of this curse. A dragon is fated to kill his lover. He's also fated to die at the hand of his arch nemesis. This brings in the idea of cycles of abuse, intergenerational trauma. He doesn't start with a dragon form. It develops over time. He starts in the Dragon Valley with a strictly human form, and it develops over time. We'll get more into it because it'll show more. But the other things I wanted to mention, in terms of imagery, first of all, MC mentioned that people had previously attempted to kill him 108 times. He rules the N109 zone in Lincoln. That's intentional. And the pomegranate Sorry, the pomegranate. That's such a big moment. If anybody's familiar with Hades and Persephone of Greek mythology, there's so much Hades and Persephone imagery in this myth. First of all, Hades abducts Persephone. Sylus abducts MC. In the second, not when she frees him from the abyss, but when they go to the sanctuary and she's trying to escape. He technically abducts her. But also, so Demeter is Persephone's mother. She's devastated that Persephone has gone to the underworld. That's why she cries, and because Demeter is the goddess of spring. So when she's devastated and mourning and grieving, that's when winter happens and things die. So they reach an agreement, like Persephone can go back up, and be released. Well, Hades feeds Persephone a pomegranate, specifically the pomegranate seeds, which forever links her to the underworld so that she can't leave. They end up working out a deal where she goes up to be with her mother for 6 months of the year and then down to be with her husband for 6 months of the year. But my point is, they specifically used a pomegranate in that scene. And the choreography was very interesting of the pomegranate, because initially she goes to eat it and he snatches it away from her. Then she tries to bite a seed. He literally bites that out of her hand. And then at the very end, she cuts it and eats it. Which very much felt like there's an emphasis on Sylus's prioritizing her autonomy and her personhood. And so it felt like this dance of him not trying to take away her choice and her freedom. But she still ultimately makes the decision herself to bind herself to him. That's what that pomegranate moment felt like to me. So that was very interesting. There's another moment at the end of this myth that also is very Hades Persephone, and I can talk about it when I get there. But I really love writing, and I think this is magnificently written. Anyway, I didn't remember the pomegranate part of the Persephone story. Yes, I'm a nerd. Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that the pomegranate is, an allegory for, seed, right, being a metaphor for Hades' seed, he took her virginity, right, and in those times, right, if a man took a woman's virginity, you were owned by him, you were sullied, you couldn't go be with another man, so there's a lot of speculation on what does it symbolize? Was it literal? But still, the imagery being used to me felt significant. That it was pomegranate. So yes, I wanted to bring that up because I love this myth and I need a life. Anyway, the writer in me is addicted. What happened that night at the tavern, along with the words we exchanged, is never brought up by us ever again. By the light of day, it became a dark, absurd secret hanging between us. Taurus City revels every night, where shallow desires are easier to face than genuine feelings. With the return of the Fiend, Doomsday's ominous shadow once again haunts the war-torn lands of Philos. Under the guise of exterminating the Fiend, the Legion of Justitia sparks wars across the planet. Those who dare to oppose them are branded as sinners and put on trial in the Court of Justitia. The Sacred Judicator's authority hangs by a fragile thread. The long-standing resentment among the people reaches its boiling point, and it's fueled by the Fiend's resurgence. Meanwhile, Sylus and I pay no mind to it at all. Our path of plunder stretches across nearly every corner of the world. But amidst this feast of desires, as my thirst for revenge deepens, the cursed dark clouds gather thicker around me and the dragon, casting ever darker shadows over our fates. I love hearing stuff like this because my brain often won't pick up on things because I'm distracted by other things. I understand. I get distracted constantly. It's why I write things down.
Please don't kill me.
But I've also
Spare my
always
life.
been a very abstract
I'll
thinker,
do anything for
and
you.
I see symbols and stuff, and so I love putting threads together. Which is why I was working on Distracted by Silas's branches. Always, literally always. But that's why I was working on a video essay about this myth, because I think it's might be the most fabulously written thing in the game. I think it's remarkable. as a writer. I just think it's astounding. But then I listened to the audio I recorded for my video essay, and it was just a dribble of like incoherent babbling, and like I went on so many tangents, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So I thought maybe playing it again would help me streamline those thoughts.
Yes, money! I have plenty of treasures. I collected them from different places. You can find them in the inner sanctum. The key is right here!
Black-red mist wafts past him, and the owner of the sanctuary twitches. He falls to the ground. I take the key from his stiff hand, dangle it on my pinky, and follow Sylus into the luxurious inner sanctum. I can't remember how many places we've raided. The guards and traps in this place are remarkably sophisticated. They even managed to injure Sylus. Unfortunately for them, they serve an incompetent master. Hey, good looking. I bet those guards never imagined they'd be risking their lives for a cowardly imposter. Have we made quite the name for ourselves?
After raiding so many places in a row, I thought you'd display some self-awareness.
Sylus appears disinterested, his gaze briefly scanning the treasures behind the door before moving elsewhere, yet his eyes linger on something beyond a nearby sheer curtain. The wind lifts the curtains and reveals a massive organ in the wall. Its presence is illuminated by the setting sun.
What a pleasant surprise.
Everything with music in this song also is like very much his attachment to his humanity, which is interesting, right? That's cool, but if we go into the trauma allegory, it's beyond this hyper-vigilance fight-or-flight mode. This is what it is to live, to thrive, to enjoy something like music, to be able to feel empathy. Sorry, I could just keep going. See, this is why I can't. Once upon a time, I'd pick up more stuff like that and go into theories and such, but with where my head is at these days, I've just kind of lost that part of myself. So I've had to focus more on just survival. Yes. It's something I want to get back to. Just a lot of walls right now, if that makes sense at all. Absolutely. I think you just reinforced what I just said. Being in survival mode is its own kind of hell. Basically. Yes. Absolutely. And I think this myth in particular illustrates trauma and that kind of, survival mode very, very well. Smiling, I put down the jewelry I was holding and adjust my dress. I sit down before the organ. Melodious music resounds while the wind sweeps through the building. Sunlight casts a radiant glow and harmoniously blends with the enchanting melody. My performance ends and the sanctuary falls silent.
Why did you stop?
I get up and retrieve the sword resting near the organ. A requiem is meant to soothe the dead, but the souls in this place don't deserve it. Standing on my tiptoes, I move closer to Sylus. As soon as he narrows his eyes, I quickly step to the side and gracefully ascend the stairs. They were sanctimonious enough when they were alive. I have no intention of praising their ugly souls. What I desire is... My fingers brush over the renowned painting adorning the wall. I turn, lift the hem of my dress, and sit on the sacred throne positioned at the top of the stairs. I point my toes, and in silence, I hook my leg around the dragon's as he reaches the last step. Just as he leans forward, I tug him closer. She's bold. To live freely and die without regrets. Our breaths mingle and our heartbeats sync. Light ripples in his eyes, and his lips slowly curl into a smile. With a flick of his tail, he catches me off guard, wrapping it around my waist and pulling me in.
Are you aware of your soul's scent?
It's like dragon foreplay. He meets my gaze, leaning in provocatively. His breath teasingly caresses the pulse in my neck.
It's akin to a strong liquor topped off with salt. Forever boiling and never satisfied.
Kinda sounds like you want it, Sylus. A shiver ripples through me, deep in my body. The mark on my shoulder burns with a heat like never before. I wonder what's boiling inside the dragon at this very moment. Talk about a euphemism! Oh, I'm gonna pet you now. Okay. I don't retreat. In this intimate proximity, I reach out to brush my fingers against his lashes. And you? What is it that you desire? The fading sunset casts a hazy glow over everything, spilling over his brow and rolling down his throat. He says nothing. I take his silence as consent, but just as I reach for his right eye, my wrist is suddenly gripped tight. The moment his skin touches mine, memories tainted by a bloody hue flash before my eyes. A blood-stained young man turns his head in the unfathomable darkness. He seems to be...
You ask too many questions.
His voice shatters the illusion. I return to reality and Sylus has already released my hand. A sinister, blood-red gleam flashes in his eye. Where are you going?
I've never asked you that.
It's a shame I won't ever learn how to be tactful. The mark on my shoulder throbs and burns. I move ahead of him and block his path. Were those guards not enough for you?
What?
You still want to hide it from me? I sweep the strands of hair away from my neck, revealing the mark he left behind. Whenever your hunger for souls flares up, this mark you gave me stirs too. Lately, it's been acting up more frequently. I take a step toward him. Without hesitating, I caress the area around his eye. When our skin touches again, the mark on my shoulder flares with heat, and a familiar searing pain floods through me. I stagger back, yet an inexplicable bond persists and connects me to him.
Crossing the line again and again and again. Other than your desire, your audacity is boundless.
Yes, I'm hot for the demon voice. Insanely so. I need a moment. I have to collect myself. Woo! Suddenly, a force erupts. Yep, that would be my loins, flinging me several steps away. I brace myself against the edge of a table, studying my stance. As I lift my head, I notice thin wisps of dark mist slipping from beneath Silas's hand, which covers his right eye. Sylus, you... Thick clouds silently shroud the sanctuary ceiling. Half of his body sinks into the shadows, and he lowers his arm with a ragged breath. Black-red energy particles drift from the corners of his eyes, and his gaze is now completely drenched in blood red. Thank you for appreciating my joke, sweet catastrophe.
Did you forget what I truly am?
The oncoming black mist binds my limbs. Silas's face is lost in the shadows hidden from view. I have to use humor to deal with the pain. Okay. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Something's wrong with him right now. The shackle around my neck suddenly tightens and the pain from the depths of my soul strikes again. Are you going to devour me? No, you won't.
I won't.
Was it a choking?
Have you spun so many lies that you've begun to believe them yourself? Shall I remind you? You are nothing. You are but a soul that was fed by a fiend.
Same. No, this isn't who he really is. The mark on my shoulder grows like thorns. It tightens its grip around my body. Crying is a free action. Hey, it does regulate the nervous system. I used to try to resist crying, but now just let it go. My strength drains away, my vision blurs. With my senses slipping, all that remains is an empty husk.
So long as I desire it, I can feast at any time.
Yeah, you can. My body thrashes. In the vast void of near death, the chaotic screams in my mind slowly crystallize. Eat. Eat him. Devour him. Eat. Eat him. I mean, the same thoughts are happening for me, so... A thin streak of golden light bursts from the mark and surges down my arm to my palm, shattering the bind that holds me. terrifying suffocation devours my consciousness, yet something appears in my hand and guides me to strike at Sylus. Warm liquid splashes onto my cheek. The blood-red great sword solidifies from a phantom into reality, and I thrust it into his chest. His scarlet eyes widen in disbelief as we lock gazes, the air heavy with silence between us.
The dragon! The fiend has been slain!
The Judicator's oracle bursts into the sanctuary with the Legion of Justicia, their voice frantic and uneven as they shout out.
Capture it! Capture it now!
My hand trembles, the sword dissolves, turning into light and returning to my body. The force restraining me loosens its grip. I fall into the pristine floor of the sanctuary. No, that sword, I didn't mean to! Blood bursts from Sylus' chest, and the soldier's blades are poised right at his head. In his current condition, facing off against the Legion is a grave risk. I grit my teeth, get up, and shove him past the white stone doors behind us. The doors slam shut. I turn and snatch up a weapon, pointing it at the soldiers crowding in. You saw it yourselves! The fiend couldn't best me! Anyone who steps closer will meet their end by this sword! Behind the white stone doors, blood continues to fall onto the floor. It seeps out from the cracks. The whispers of desire grow louder. The blood-red hue in Silas's vision surges and boils. His gaze is nearly drowned in crimson. Ignoring the grievous injury from the great sword, he only knows that the curse almost came true. He almost lost his mind and killed her. That's another moment from his POV, his perspective. The boiling, nearly irrational urge to kill rages on, refusing to calm. The wounds on his body remain open, unhealed. He gets down on one knee, and sharp claws begin to sprout from the hand covering his right eye. An irresistible force pierces through his flesh and bones. It transforms into massive wings that spread wide from his back. The sanctuary's pristine bell tower trembles as a savage force destroys it from within. A roar resounds from the collapsing rubble. The mad dragon spreads his wings and surges forth before crashing to the ground amidst the human screams. Wings struggle to flap. He stumbles. The vortex stirs, nearly leveling all the buildings in its path, and then he finally flies toward the distant Taurus city. The thrusting is supposed to be done by Sylus. Man, talk to Infold. I just work here. I just show up, man. The frenzy that a dragon goes through with their lover, it's really cool in terms of like the lore. It makes sense. They sort of warp human desire, and so as human desire increases, like their own does, to the point it almost makes them like rabid, which is an interesting concept. And then it also fits with the allegory of like when we are triggered, and I'm not saying that like to be funny. I mean, like when something happens that triggers a trauma, and we have a trauma response, and we go into fight or flight mode, we may do things that are actually harmful to ourselves or those around us. But it's this inner child that's reacting. And it reminded me when he sees that he almost killed her, and he's upset, right? Obviously. But it felt like he was a little boy. Like he was just terrified. I could go on and on about this fucking myth. I really could. I just love it so much. Also, I love this MC. This MC is my favorite MC of all the MCs to ever MC. Main story, myths, memories. This is my favorite one. I think she is strong as hell. I think she is ambitious. I think she is driven. I think she's smart. I also think she's flawed. I think her biggest flaw is being vengeful. But I appreciate that she's flawed. I don't want a non-flawed protagonist. That's not realistic. I don't want to marry Sue. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, everybody. I'll stop. The writer in me is just so happy. Okay. The sight of the dragon rampaging through the city and flying off toward Taurus City haunts every soul that day. When I finally break free from the chaos of the Legion and rush out of the sanctuary, I only see his figure disappearing into the storm clouds. The trail of blood left along his flight path makes people realize this fiend is gravely injured. Soon, every faction of the Legion and every opportunist seeking to profit from the death of a dragon heads for Taurus City. I steal the armor of a dead soldier and blend into the ranks. I make my way over to the dragon as quickly as I can. I need to reach him before anyone else does, before they try to end him. Even if fate just showed me, I'm the only one who can truly kill him. They put it as such an offhand comment. She steals the armor of a dead soldier, and I mean, she's so strong. I love this MC. She doesn't hesitate. She does what her conviction says to do. She does it. I just really like her. I love her, in fact. The chat breaks are nice because it lets me collect my feels. I don't need to cry right now. I know. I don't know if I'm going to cry at the end of this. I've seen this so many times. However, it's my first time playing it, as me, so I don't know. It could be. We'll see. We'll see, chat. When I arrive at Taurus City, I see nothing but soaring flames. The dragon's lair on the cliff has been reduced to rubble. How could this have happened? The Legion of Justicia have set up numerous traps and ambushes along the way. I hear the shouts carried by the wind. See, his lair, not even his home, not even his sanctuary is safe. Which is how a traumatized person feels.
The fiend is wounded! He can't have gone far. Keep looking!
But where could he be? He's not in Taurus City, and he's definitely not in the Abyss. What other places? The brand on my neck burns with a pain from deep within my soul. It's pulling the soul fragment the dragon left inside my body. My gaze unconsciously drifts across the withered forest and lands on the obsidian spire that is partially collapsed.
Before long, the fiend will meet his destined arch-nemesis once again.
Hi, that's me. Hey.
Right over there.
What's up? My bad. His destined arch-nemesis. I force a passing soldier off his mount, take his horse, and race toward the Black Chapel. Again! An offhand sentence. She just steals somebody's fucking horse. And I love her. I love her. She's a badass. I love this MC. Anyway. Ignore me. The closer I get to the building, the more vivid the crimson bloodstains along the mountain path become. The horns and shouts calling for the dragon slowly fade, leaving only the rapid hoofbeats and my anxious heartbeat to fill the silence. By the time I reach the obsidian steps, the tiny stream of blood has nearly dried. When I push open the gate of the long-abandoned chapel nestled deep within the forest, the cold moon hangs high in the night sky. I've only gone through it once, and it was very recent. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna make jokes and be happy. It's great. The bright light filters through the shattered spire. Dazed, I see the dragon, barely alive. He lies in the center of the room. Sylus! There's no reply. I run over to him and pay no attention to the Legion of Justicia who have died to his claws. On the raised platform, the dragon's eyes are closed. His body is drenched in blood, the droplets dripping from the edge. How could this be? Aren't your wounds supposed to heal fast? I try to stem the bleeding, but it's futile. His chest. This is the wound I gave him. All his wounds remain as is. They don't show any signs of healing. A sudden roar resounds as the dragon opens his eyes. A fierce gale pushes me back and slams me against a pillar. A sharp metallic taste fills my mouth. His fangs are at my neck, puncturing my skin. One more push and he'd snap my spine. Sylus. Sylus. You're Sylus. The mark on my shoulder boils with the agony only death could deliver. I suppress my fear, lift my trembling hand, and gently place it on the dragon's eye. A soft requiem echoes within the spacious room. The roaring slowly subsides as if something deep inside him stirs awake. The dragon begins to struggle violently. The bestial chaos in his eyes clears. When the song ends, his gaze finally reflects my face. Sylus. I close my eyes and press my lips against the dragon's. A moment later, a familiar figure appears before me. His lashes flutter as he stumbles, collapsing with me onto the cold floor. Sylus! Sylus! Wake up! Don't fall asleep! Sylus! Black mist spills out from every wound in his body as if his very life is being drained away. Our blood mixes together on the slippery, cold floor. When my blood touches his chest that's shrouded in black mist, a sharp pain pierces my mind. Eat him. He's yours. Kill him. Devour him. The power. Exhilarated, my heart races. Fervent desire reverberates in my ears. My arm trembles as I raise it. Unable to control it, my hand is close to Sylus's heart. Yes, use your strength just like that. My hand quivers uncontrollably. I grit my teeth, trying to shake off the voice in my mind, but suddenly my wrist is caught.
Don't know where to aim.
Sylus had opened his eyes without me noticing. As he presses my wrist down, a faint, weak smirk curves his lips.
I can tell you.
I'm not supposed to be hot right now, Sylus. Stop it. The phantom of the great sword nearly forms again. It feels like waking from a trance, and I fling his hand away, breathless. Have you gone mad? A smile gradually graces Sylus's face. His eyes gleam like precious gemstones in the depths of darkness.
What about you? Before the mark disappears, you still have a chance to kill me.
He tightly grips my arm and struggles to support himself in the pool of blood. Leaning against the pillar, his tail reaches out to me.
You've got it right at my heart. So why hesitate?
Struggling to breathe, I kneel before him as I'm forced to meet his gaze. His tail moves before I can react. My heartbeat reverberates in my ears, his aura burns like flames and slowly engulfs me.
Do you remember? Only the fiends destined to arch-nemesis can kill him. Who exactly do you think that is?
It's me. An inexplicable raging inferno surges within me. Indignant, I laugh. I open my mouth and sink my teeth into his hand. I don't believe in this destined arch-nemesis nonsense. Kinky. Sorry. Moonlight boils in his eyes. Sylus cackles. He lowers his head and bites my shoulder like a predator. You! Pain spreads like fire. Then Sylus extends his tongue, slowly licking the wound on my shoulder. It's as if he's claiming and soothing me.
If you want to push me away, now's the time.
Excuse me? Wait, did that happen? It has the laugh. We're in business. That's what I wanted.
If you want to push me away, now's the time.
His tongue alternates between licking and biting, sending a strange tingling sensation through my body despite the lingering pain. He slowly licks over my throbbing wound. That is a euphemism if I ever read one. Sylus tightens his grip again and again. His eyes are filled with fervent excitement and a hunger that knows no end.
However, if you don't want to...
The mark on my shoulder that belongs to him burns. Dizzy, I lift my gaze. My strength is draining away, but I see his wound slowly healing. Sylus, did you already know that we would instinctively want to devour each other? Is that savable? Oh. I'm sorry, his laughs are so hot, guys. I'm so sorry. Then why did you rescue me from the abyss? I wriggle under him and he intertwines his fingers with mine. My hands are ensnared.
And what about you? Why didn't you just kill me earlier?
Well, I freeze. In the moonlit silence, Sylus raises his hand and gently touches the area around my eyes. In the darkness, a kindle as gentle... A kiss as gentle... No! Don't do that! Enfold! In the darkness, a kiss as gentle as a falling flower lands above my eyes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. My limbs tremble, weakened by the torrent of emotions coursing through me. I gaze into his eyes for what feels like an eternity. The murky chaos that was once impossible to read is gone. At this moment, I can finally see his eyes clearly.
The fiend will meet his destined arch-nemesis again at this place. I'll admit he was correct.
Well, he was a blind seer, and they don't miss. So.
I told you before that I'd give you 2 more chances to kill me. Now, you only have 1.
In that instant, the turmoil in my heart settles, and I twist my hand to clasp his. You only said a half-truth. I told you before that I'm greedy. I live how I want, and I hate being controlled by others. If fate wants me to kill the fiend... A warm, soft, golden light spills from my palm. I press it against the wound on Sylus's chest. Then I'll save him instead.
Save me? Are you aware of the cost?
No
Once
matter
we
the
hold
cost.
Hands now, our lives will be bound together, along with our deaths. We must offer half our soul to the other. They'll be merged to forge an unbreakable bond, to share your life with a fiend. It might be a punishment worse than having your soul devoured.
I don't think so, but, yeah.
Will you truly not regret it?
I said I'll live, didn't I? No matter the cost. If following our hearts is a sin, then you and I must be the last of our kind in this world. Moonlight replaces the flickering candlelight. As our hearts beat in unison, he kisses the inside of my wrist with something akin to devotion. That is my favorite Sylus kiss. And I know that's weird. I'm obsessed with that one. The inside of my wrist, where your pulse is, with something akin to devotion. What a beautiful goddamn sentence. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm jealous I didn't write it. Anyway.
In that case, stay by my side until the end of time.
In the moonlight, the dragon's tail wraps around me and draws me into his embrace. He spreads one wing to shield us from the cold wind and the sudden midnight rain. That night, I fall into a deep sleep in his warm embrace. So, I promise we're going. We're almost there. 2 more. Real quick, Sylus and MC always do the hand thing, right? They put their hands together, they interlock their fingers. That's when they resonate. But they also just did it there when they exchanged souls. That is actually really interesting because there's a really interesting, tradition. So it's Celtic and Norse in roots. It's called hand fasting. The Old Norse word is handfesta, word that means to strike a bargain by joining hands. So today, it's used symbolically in wedding ceremonies where a couple's hands are tied together with a cord or ribbon to represent the joining of their lives and commitment to one another. And if you recall, in his alternative Darkborn card, which is the wedding card, they put their hands together and then MC resonates and those flowers wrap around their hands. So they are so intentional with every image they use. Chaylee, I'm so sorry. I could try and go really fast if you want to know the ending, but you can also watch my VOD whenever you want. How we all holding up? Everyone okay? No, my heart is shredded into 1,000 pieces, but I love it. I'm really liking this one, though. I'm so glad. I'm obsessed with this myth. I'm obsessed with it. Oh, help me. Okay, so let's do the last 2 parts. The night fog envelops me, and I feel like I'm trapped in a long, chaotic nightmare. When I wake up, I'm surrounded by a red valley filled with blooming datura. My arms feel heavy. I look down and see a huge horned creature. I hold it as it dies. I don't know why I'm here. I just vaguely remember having a dragon in a pitch-black chapel. I try desperately to recall, but the last clear memory I have of the dragon ends on that blood-soaked night under the moon. Everything afterward feels like shredded fragments, incomplete and scattered. It's like hearing half of a chord meant to be played with both hands. Another beautiful sentence. I just want to be in Infold's writing room. Just let me be a fly on the wall. Just like a dance that was supposed to be for two with only one left to dance it alone. Maybe I'm imagining things, but after half our souls are exchanged, I've been dreaming of him more and more, sometimes even while awake. When I'm alone, I always see him by my side. Those visions, I can't tell if they really happened, if they're just my own fantasies, or if they're his. Or maybe I'm seeing the other half of his soul that's within me. Okay, we're all doing as well as we can be then. Solidarity. Communal suffering. We love it.
Why are you so worried? I just want to rest. I won't die.
I don't believe you. In your current state, you might not wake up at all.
That song you played. It'd be nice if I could hear it again.
Enough with that song. It's a requiem for the dead. I'm not singing it right now. The Black Chapel is like an illusion steeped in darkness. I can't remember if I finished playing that piece. But it's a requiem, a song meant for the departed. Sometimes I think we never truly left the chapel after that night. I live there with the dragon, we keep each other company, and we live a peaceful life away from everyone. On days when we tended to our wounds, we'd go hunting in the forest or disguise ourselves to shop at the market. Little by little, the chapel became filled with traces of us. On the pew, there'd be the salve I mixed for his wounds the night before. By the stained glass, the sheath he made for my sword hangs proudly. Slowly, it feels like we've truly made a home here together. Hang this one a little higher, and be careful with this. Don't let your horns get caught. Hey! I feel my body become weightless. Sylus had encircled his arms around my waist and lifted me. He puts me on his shoulder. My view rises in a flash, and I widen my eyes, looking down to meet his gaze.
What? Didn't you say it should be hung higher?
His eyes gleam with amusement. I can't help but smile too. We're more in sync than I thought. When I raise a hand, he moves smoothly, keeping one arm steady around my waist. He doesn't falter. I hang up each decoration from the pile on the pew, one after another. As I reach inside my bag again, my fingers brush against the only item that's left. Here's the last one, but this one's different. I tilt my head and raise my chin toward Sylus. Close your eyes. He looks up. He's slightly confused, but doesn't question me. Instead, he obediently closes his eyes. Sunlight caresses his hair and makes it look soft and fluffy. Smiling, I carefully placed the flower crown I prepared on his head. I wasn't expecting much, but it suits you well. Sylus opens his eyes. Hesitant, he raises his hand to touch the upturned petals and gently adjusts them.
So you stayed up late these past few nights to make this?
You didn't sleep either? He chuckles without responding, reaching up to pluck a tiny petal that's gotten caught in my hair.
Do you like flowers?
Yes, I guess, but there aren't a lot in Tara City. I had to scour the entire woods to get this much.
The forest barely has any flowers.
What do you mean?
Hold on tight.
Don't you crash with a kindled, PC. We're gonna fight. Before I can finish, Sylus wraps his arms around my waist and lifts me. Jesus Christ, don't spaz out, I swear. The air brushes past us. He lets out a hearty laugh as he spreads his wings.
Since you gave me a gift, I should respond in kind.
We're gonna fist fight in a Denny's parking lot. Xavier, I'll fight somewhere else. It's gonna be this PC. Okay.
Watch your step, oh great sorceress. We've arrived.
He's so beautiful, it causes me physical pain. Did I say something? I think I did. My apologies. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay. A Denny side needs to be one of your emotes. I agree! That's a great idea! I don't know how to make emotes. But I'm figuring it out. Me and my friend worked a bunch on the new Discord today, so I'm like learning techie things. So, oh, my bad. I thought there wouldn't be a place like this in Tara City.
What did you think Taurus City was like?
Not full of that much good lookingness. No, I just want to stare for a little. Actually, give me that. Thank you. Thank you so much for your service. The city is similar to its ruler, nothing but desire and blood.
You should have developed a new impression by now. Just because you haven't seen the other sides of it doesn't mean they don't exist.
Oh my god, he just... Ugh! Sorry. Then I need to take a closer look. What else haven't I seen?
Have you film? Seen enough?
Literally never.
Wouldn't you say this angle is better?
I mean... The amount of photos I take during Kindled Seeds is not healthy. Well, so I usually take all my screenshots on my phone. And so when I play on the emulator on here, I'm just, streaming for you guys, whatever. But he looks so good that I want this on my PC, I guess. I don't know. Why not? Too bad I can't see it all, however... I can't breathe into my mic, so I don't... Or can I? Does that work? I have no idea. How does that work? Oh, great. Okay. It's great. Wants me to do it again. This is weird. I don't even know. I think it just automatically makes it... Make a loud noise works too? Oh, I can skip it? Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna skip it. My bad. Sucks about using a PC. I can be even bolder. Decorate. I will die mad about the fact that you cannot put on his horns and the flower in Glint. I will die mad about that. Just saying. Flowers suit you better than Tara City.
That's the first time someone said those words to me. Only you and this flower can touch me here.
Add it to the list of reasons we write it on, right?
You know, Tara City can have flowers bloom everywhere, as far as the eye can see. But only for one person.
That is the other Hades and Persephone reference. Everything blooms again when Persephone goes above ground and back to her mother. Everything blooms again when she's out in the sun and not in his abyss. On the other side of that nightmare, the dragon never took me to the valley where flowers bloomed. On the night we exchanged souls, the sacred judicator himself led the entire legion of Justitia to surround the Black Chapel. They spared no effort trying to capture the severely injured dragon. The mark the dragon left on my shoulder served as undeniable proof of my being a sorceress. The news of the fiend's death spreads throughout the land. On that day, I'm taken back to the Ivory City under the accusation of being a sorceress. They imprison me in the courtyard behind the ruined sanctuary. Now I can only wait to be sent to the Court of Justicia. The sanctuary is cold and bleak. The cat, which has never managed to climb over the courtyard walls, has put on 10 pounds. It seems to have grown accustomed to life behind these walls, bound by invisible threads. Only I know my dragon is still alive. He flies across the abyss to find me on every moonlit night. This is a secret that only I can see. Under the moonlit sky, Sylus sits on a weathered platform between two statues. As the sound of crunching grass reaches his ears, he turns his head.
You're awake? Or were you struggling to fall asleep?
At some point, I will absolutely be getting lads-themed tattoos. Outstanding. Do you think they'll give us a god of the underworld type myth for Sylus in the future? I would be very surprised if we didn't get that. Because, I mean, if you think about it, even in the main story, he's the leader of the N109 zone. He's the leader of the criminal underworld. Like, talk about a modernization of, like, that mythological concept. So, like, I feel like they will, but I go back and forth between that, and also I think we're going to see that interstellar arena. Or maybe they'll put them in the same myth. I don't know. I also think MC is going to try and stab out his eye. They did that event story for Passionate Appraisal where he's showing her how to forge weapons, and they talk about the fan with the hidden blade in it and how you can use it to try to do that. And he has a scar in the corner of his right eye, which is the ether core eye. So I theorized for days. It's really bad. I never shut up. Chains drag through the overgrown grass as I walk toward him, reaching out my hand. He gently pulls me up and holds me in his arms.
I've been feeling restless. I suspect it's because half of someone's soul is being noisy in my body again.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's a good thing. Sylus quickly brings his legs together and blocks my movement.
Don't move.
Okay. He carefully dries my dew-soaked hair with a silk handkerchief. His voice had taken on a more solemn tone, as if he's grappling with a matter of great significance. I stay nestled in his arms. When I lower my head, I see his curled-up tail. The dragon's tail coils around my ankle. Even the deepest wound on its tip has almost completely healed. I fell asleep while waiting for you these past few nights. Why didn't you wake me up? As the silk handkerchief absorbs the moisture at the ends of my hair, Sylus allows me to turn my head. A gentle smile graces his lips.
Someone was dreaming and continued to say my name.
I mean, I'm sure I probably have at this point, honestly. Hey! I lift his chin and scrutinize him. With a relaxed grace, the corners of Sylus's mouth curl up. He nuzzles my fingers.
Did you actually dream of me?
Have you never dreamed of me? He doesn't speak. He just looks at me.
Before I was sealed away, I did dream of you. I just didn't expect I'd be willing to dry that person's hair one day.
And you also happen to be enjoying it. So what did I do in your dream exactly? Did I point a sword at you? The candlelight flickers alongside something else in Sylus's gaze.
What about you? What did I do in your dream?
The boy from my dreams appears before me again. Under the moonlight, the horns and tail of the fiend reflect a dim glow. I meet his gaze. Numerous words bubble up within me, yet they become entangled on the tip of my tongue. On this dimly lit night, I hold him close and pour all my strength into hugging him. Since you've taken half of my soul, even if the world turns its back on you, I'll always stand by your side. You're not even allowed to think about leaving me. My heartbeat resounds like a drum in my ears as Sylus lowers his head. He rests his chin on my shoulder.
All right.
The candlelight washes the moon's glow in a warm hue. I lay my head on his arm and entwine my fingers with his, reaching out to grasp the light together. Let's make a pinky promise. To never betray each other.
Our souls are bound. We will never betray each other. Even if doomsday arrives outside this sanctuary. Even if the world crumbles.
This promise can't be broken.
This promise will never be broken.
All right, children. Buckle in. It's time for some devastation. I'm not ready either. Fine, whatever. I'm fine. Also, just in case anybody, is speculating, I do think that them in the flower field and him seeing her in the sanctuary, where she's detained, I do think that those are shared visions. So I almost imagine it more like telepathic communication. Some people are like, oh, it's just a dream, and I'm like, I don't think it's fictional. I mean, it's not happening physically. Almost like astral projection, because they share one half of each other's souls. That's more of what I imagine. So, oh wait, I already did that. Yeah, right? That makes the most sense to me, at least. Okay. On that dew-drenched midsummer night, time seemed to freeze in place. Every thought of the future remained sweet and light. After giving up half of my soul, the greatsword never appeared again. Perhaps I lost the power to wield it, no longer able to slay the dragon. Does this mean the dragon's curse has been broken? All I can do is look toward Tara's city. But as time goes on, the half of the dragon's soul within me burns more fiercely, a fervent desire like his searing my mind. With the ever-changing days and nights, I start to forget who I am. Sometimes I'm the dragon hiding alone in the Black Chapel. Other times I'm a human awaiting judgment in the sanctuary's courtyard. When I came to my senses one time, I found myself sinking my teeth into the neck of a soldier who was guarding me. The courtyard grows quieter by the day, perhaps because there are fewer people left in the Ivory City. The planet is in rapid decline. Before leaving, the last soldier tells me that the dragon has broken free from their restraints. He's gone completely mad and has nearly destroyed every city. The end of the world will be upon us. Soon, this ruined planet will only have the rampaging dragon left. I haven't seen Sylus until... The doomsday judgment arrives. They take me to the highest court of Justitia on Philos. I love this background. It also looks like the Interstellar Arena from the art that we got. The Court of Justitia hangs high in the sky. Under swirling red clouds, several arbiter wings symbolizing divine retribution stay silent as they circle above. Amidst the ranks of the Legion of Justitia, the sacred judicator, wearing magnificent robes, stands on the looming platform like a lifeless statue. An ancient voice reverberates across the planet, enumerating the crimes the dragon and I have wrought upon the world, the reason why this grand execution is being held in the first place.
First crime. Worshipping evil and desire, showing no repentance, letting your heart fall to corruption.
It would cause me physical pain to have to listen to him read all of these that slow. I'd be like, just fucking end it already, bro.
Second crime. Consorting with the fiend and bearing its mark. Tainting your very body with corruption.
Worth it. Do it again.
Third crime. Plundering wealth and embracing insatiable greed. Actions steeped in corruption.
Chains bind me at the center. Beyond the rattling of chains as I struggle, I hear nothing. Blood surges into my head, a restless fury rising in me, dragon-like and fierce.
You are guilty on all 15 counts, sorceress. You shall be executed as a result. and it will be done immediately.
With a shrill cry from the arbiter wings, a bolt of lightning strikes my soul. Struggling to keep me upright, my knees buckle under the weight, but before I can stand again, another bolt of lightning rips through my mind and tears apart my senses. With my face pressed against the cold floor, I recall the image of the dragon plummeting into the valley, his chest pierced by a sword. Sylus. I remember the dragon who likes that requiem, but I've never sung it to him in full. This is the first and the last time. It's like I'm back in Taurus City at night as I sit atop the dragon's lair. He sits beside me and says, "Sing it again." Tiny notes squeeze their way out of my chest. They gradually forge the fragments of an unfinished melody. If you can't hear this now, someone might never sing for you ever again. Soul-piercing lightning repeatedly interrupts my song, but I keep singing, unaware that all other sounds have faded away. The entire court of Justitia falls into complete silence. Only the sorrowful requiem echoes through its halls. As the final notes fade into the earth, there is a long silence, and then, as if to respond in kind, a deep, resounding roar emerges from behind the crimson clouds. Is that a dragon?
It's here. The dragon is here. The true doomsday judgment has begun. Get her. Get the bait.
The floor rumbles as the 18 towering statues surrounding the court pivot, revealing their spearheads. Sorry, I'm just noticing for the first time 18 towering statues, and I wonder if that number is significant at all. I just noticed that for the first time. Sorry. The Legion of Justitia surge from all directions like a tide, the cold gleam of their blades pointing at the dragon. Only upon hearing the Sacred Judicator's command do I realize my judgment was actually a trap for the dragon. The flames tremble on the ground. Stone feathers launched by the Arbiter wings pierce through the dragon's wings, while electrified arrows from the Legion lodge themselves in his scales. The wings are nearly shredded, but no amount of damage can stop a dragon in a frenzy. It's as if he feels no pain. In the end, I am the only one left standing on this vast platform of the Court of Justitia. Through the clouds, the dragon, battered and broken, dives toward me, his eyes filled with nothing but the wild chaos of a beast. I know he's just a dragon now. He doesn't recognize me anymore. Closing my eyes, I recall that long, drawn-out story about a dragon that I watched in a dim tavern. A man called Sylus was next to me. I love that moment because she calls him a man. She says a man called Sylus was next to me, which acknowledges his humanity. And in the end, the dragon plunged his bloody claws into his lover's chest.
Yet a monster can never truly become a human. He cannot escape his fate as a dragon, nor can he love anyone for long. At the end of the story, he killed his beloved. This is the dragon's curse.
Yes, it's the end of another story. Facing the wind, I spread my arms. I want to embrace my dragon one last time. But I don't feel an embrace, nor the touch of death. Just before the dragon's strike lands, I feel a hand seize my wrist. He presses my hand against his chest. I feel the resonance between two souls. Sylus? In the split second before the dragon's death blow, under the pull of our resonating souls, the blood-red greatsword appears in my grasp. My heart lets out a silent scream, yet the sword still pierces the dragon's chest. It looks as if I were the one who plunged it in. I've never seen I Am Dragon. What have I done? There's so much blood.
You must press on. Because if you don't, there's no going back.
If I fall, fate itself will plunge us into the abyss as it was written. I won't be able to go back. The dragon grips my hand tightly and uses all his strength to push the sword further into his own chest. It's as if an unyielding life is mocking the curse and making a final stand against fate. That roar gets me every time. I hold onto the dragon's neck as we plummet through the clouds together. With the last bit of his strength, the dragon carries me away from the court of Justicia. We fly over the black obsidian chapel and crash into a valley filled with blooming datura. His body lies quietly among the flowers, and his garnet-like eyes is my reflection. Look at me. You're not allowed to close your eyes. My tears fall onto him as I lower my head. I allow him to place a kiss on my forehead. The dark red glow in his eyes dims. Obsidian-like crystals crawl over the dragon's scales, slowly covering his entire body. My dragon is gone. As his body disintegrates, shards of crystal begin to peel away. The wind blows through the valley, lifting those fragments like black petals, wrapping around me. At that moment, it feels as if the dragon's soul is passing through my body. His life, everything about him, appears before me. The end is my favorite part of this entire myth. Deep within a cave, the boy who grew up with dragons tightly grips the dagger. He presses the gleaming blade against the base of his tender horn. He clenches his teeth. Blood flows down a moment later and passes his right eye that's filled with rage. It's not long before they're discovered. All the dragons are killed in the valley, except for him. He's taken away as a human. But when people saw the horns growing on his head, blades once sheathed were thrust into his chest. He rolls into the rubble at the bottom of the valley. His blood boils. He doesn't know how, but he manages to stand. His legs tremble. When he comes to his senses, everyone who hurt him is already lying in a pool of blood. Black-red mist drifts from their bodies. It travels along the dragon's horns to his tail before entering the wound in the young man's chest. His hunched back splits open. From 2 bloody streaks, 2 dragon wings struggle to release themselves. They shatter stones as they suddenly unfold. The curse he once despised has become his strength. He doesn't hesitate this time. He flies into the depths of the valley. The dragon bone cradled in my arms dissolves into petals drifting past me. Everywhere they touch, the bright red datura flowers turn black. I smell a floral fragrance. Is this the scent of his soul that carries a faint, scorching bitterness? Sylus. My beloved was born into apocalyptic terror. People cursed his existence, fabricated his sins, and celebrated his death. Only one person ever gazed into his jewel-like eyes, embraced his burning soul, and sang to him in the night wind. He had already etched the traces of his existence deep into my life. Yet his retaliation against fate pierces my chest like a sword. Sylus, I curse your soul. He says the best way to punish someone is to let them live forever. I curse your soul to never fade away. You'll always be tied to me. Forever. I pinch the last black petal as if grasping the final piece of his soul. This is my curse. Only I can grant you a true death. From the depths of the valley, a faint dragon's roar echoes. The petal flutters, drifting far on the wind, like a dragon returning to the clouds above. I feel something sprouting from my head like tender branches. Sharp pain pierces my spine as a dragon's tail replaces my tailbone. I walk into the valley that once embraced him. It is only after my dragon has gone that I finally become one with him. That's it. I love everything about this fucking myth, but that last sentence was where the allegory of like trauma and cycles of abuse and everything like really became cemented in my brain, because she becomes the dragon after she lives this cycle of trauma. She has lost him. She also, let's not forget, this is like an apocalypse now. Nobody's left. He had destroyed all the cities in his frenzying rampage. War was being fought between people. She's like the only person left. And also the cursing his soul to never fade away is very vengeful, which grief brings up so many emotions, not just sadness, but also anger and resentment. And I think it was a very vengeful thing that she did. And this is why, people always like to say in the main story when Sylus runs back into her again, and he's very gruff and almost forceful, and he like doesn't respect the fact that she's afraid and she doesn't have her memories left, and people are like, oh, he's desperate for her to remember. And I think that's part of it. But I also think he feels she betrayed him. They said they would never betray each other. In his mind, so I always talk about him valuing autonomy and prioritizing choice and personhood. That was his final choice. To end the cycle. To save her. And she kind of took that choice away from him by cursing him. And I think he's resentful of that. I think I probably would be. Which I think is part of why he's so coarse. I don't know if that's the right word. Gruff. I don't know. When they come back together in the main story. I think he holds resentment there. I really do. And I don't blame him. I don't blame MC either. It's two people who have been devastated to their core. Also, they subvert the whole soulmates trope. They're not bound by destiny. They choose to exchange one half of each other's souls, which to me makes it more meaningful. Because, destiny, schmestiny. Who the fuck even... Who are you? Creepy guy in the sky who decides everything, And I think... Yeah. I don't know. I just really think that entire myth is an allegory for trauma and what it does to us, how it rewires our brains, how society vilifies those who struggle with trauma, mental illness. I think this myth is fucking beautiful and marvelous, and if they made this a movie, I would watch the shit out of it. It is a movie, really, already, though. But, this could be its own standalone story. I'm so sorry. Let me check chat. It's a beautiful movie, highly recommend. I want to say it was Russian. Okay. There's a scene at the end where the lead sings a song to summon the dragon back. You'll immediately make the connection when you see it. That would make me cry. I almost cried here. I was in tears for some of that. I hope you liked it, Chaylee. It's devastating. Love and depression. And even if she's a dragon now, so it's not like she can fit in with them. Absolutely. She's become the dragon. She is now this victim of all of this generational trauma. I can see that, and I can see the resentment being intensified by someone not remembering what they did. I know that's how I'd feel. Yes, same. And I feel like it's a very similar thing in Raph's Tears of Ramiro, she imprisons him for 800 years to save his life, but like damning all of Lemurian civilization and imprisoning him for 800 years. And I feel there's a very similar sort of like resentment that you did this, but you also don't even fucking remember that you did this to me. Interesting that they're my two favorites. And also have had their entire peoples and civilizations genocided. I have a type. I'd have to watch that movie again. It's been a few years since I've seen it. I hadn't heard of it until now, so I'll have to watch it. I'm always looking for stuff to watch. I love writing. Probably to a disgusting degree. I got the dragon's perch. A painted oil lantern crafted with pure gold, the most precious treasure lying within the evil dragon's lair. Encased within our memories long sealed, their enduring brilliance to be revealed with a gentle wipe. Arch Nemesis. I am not using that as my title. How dare you, Infold, excuse me. It's on Amazon Prime. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will absolutely let you know what I think. Yeah. It's funny. I've seen this so many times. That's my first time playing it myself because I didn't have the card before. Playing it myself hit harder. It did. That was a doozy. I am not using Archnev. That is fucking mean in full. It's fucking cruel, dude. I don't know. I'm just going somewhere. Wow. Okay. Well, that was amazing. And now I'm depressed, but also so invigorated. That storytelling is so gorgeous, and I'm scared and excited for his next myth. Ooh. I don't know how that one can be topped. I respect all the girlies out there. I'm a harem girly. I play everybody. I love them all, and all of their myths have been amazing. But none of them have topped that for me. It's just a me thing. I just, as a victim of trauma in childhood, like I identified with little baby dragon Sylus so much. And he was so isolated and so alone and so scared, and he didn't understand, and yeah, I think it's stunning. 20,000 million out of 10. I need to go through the other interests past myths. I haven't seen Caleb's yet or Lumiere. I need to ascend the Lightseeker myth cards both one more time to get enough shards to get through that myth completely, so I haven't started it yet. I don't think I've watched Master of Fate yet either. There are so many things I need to watch. Yeah, I didn't start playing until February, so I don't have, I mean, I have a good number of things, but certainly not all. Like, I don't have Master of Fate. I don't have Lumiere. I do have Lightseeker. I do have Foreseer. I have God of Annihilation. I have everybody's third myth so far. I have all of Raph's myths. I actually just unlocked his, the one, Abyss, hold on. I just unlocked, yeah, this one. Hold on. I don't remember the name of this myth. Sea of Golden Sand. I don't remember what this combat thing's name is. So I just unlocked that, so I still have to read through all of it. I've only read like the first 2 or 3 chapters, I think. But I've watched most of the ones I don't have on YouTube. Because I'm a slut for the lore. And I have FOMO. And I gotta know all the lore. But like, yeah, I don't have Caleb's Decoherence either. So there are a lot that I still need to. As some others. Raph's Sea of Sand or Caleb's Decoherence? Sylus is the one that seppuku'd me. I went through and screenshot all the cards I'm missing so I can watch them. Raphael, got it. I got you. I haven't been through it yet. I've been through his others, of course. His first one where he rescues you from the ocean. This broke, by the way. I'm ridiculous. Like, I don't even... where he rescues you from the sea, and then you become his follower, and, you know, you have to give him your heart, but then he's unwilling to take it. I enjoyed that one a lot. I think Tears of Ramiro hit harder for me. I loved Tears of Ramiro. But again, it back to that, the similar theme of, like, we're dealing with, like, generations of, like, resentment towards the person that you love the most, because the people that you love the most are the ones who hurt you the most. And there's this concept of, like, it's so painful to lose them that it makes you angry, that it makes you resentful. And even though you lose them somehow, that's, like, not their fault, or, like, that was a very noble self-sacrifice from Sylus, you still feel like it's a betrayal. You still hold it against them. I love that these explore those kinds of themes. I love that. I also love... I feel that both Sylus and Raph carry the weight of a dead people. Xavier, I'm a little... like, he does, but it's not the same. Because it's not... It wasn't like a genocide. It was like this weird, like, of their own making thing with the immortality of the planet and themselves and the sacrifice and the unlimited energy, and, like, so, like, to a degree, kind of, but he's also so separated from it, and I feel like that's part of his arc, is separating himself from the sin of his people. Whereas Raph and Sylus, I feel like there's this big emphasis on still trying to preserve what was lost from their people. And then, I'm just rambling at this point, truly. Wait, I've been holding out for the repeats. Why can't I think of the word? Help, rerun! Fucking rerun! I think they'll rerun pretty much everything at some point. As for when... anybody's guess. I have so many thoughts, and they just I'm so sorry that I'm so ADHD, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, that was devastating. Wouldn't have it any other way. I love when they're devastating. It's my favorite thing. I'm still very salty that I have Sylus's, hold on, wait, I gotta find it. I have Blood Knight Drift, no, I went too far. Where the hell is it? I have it somewhere. Did I go past it again? I sure did. Where the hell? I swear I have it. Hold on. Hold on. I feel crazy. Hold on. There it is! Okay, yeah. I have Blood Knight Drift. But I don't have Blood Knight Blaze. Which is, like, the hottest thing I've ever heard in the world. And I'm so salty that I don't have Blood Knight Blaze yet. I need 20 more shards, I think, for it. Yeah, I need 20 more motherfucking shards. Stupid fucking... Infold! Help me, please. Yeah, and then I have to hope it doesn't fall too close to other things I want, because I'll have to make choices. Oh, God, yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah. The thinking right now, at least the most recent I've seen, is that after this will be a solo banner, and then people think it's going to be Sylus's third myth. Some people were thinking there might be another one and then Sylus's third myth. Some people think it's going to be right after the next solo banner. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm so broken. Oh my god, and I'm not ready. I also think he's still a dragon. which people go either way on that. But he still doesn't eat food. Like, he kind of does, but he doesn't really like it. He also, when he rescues MC from the Gaia Research Center in Death and Rebirth, he flies her out of the rubble with big-ass wings. And I mean, clearly he's significantly older than in that myth, so has he learned to hide them now? Give me more Xavier and Raphael stuff just to give me more time to get gems. I need a main story update desperately. We're gonna get gut punched. Absolutely. The Polar Night always precedes something terrible. There was a Polar Night before the Chrono Rift catastrophe. I'm pretty sure there was a Polar Night before what happened to Zane at Mount Eternal. So something awful is gonna happen. This was like the fun revelry card before they're going to absolutely destroy us. So that's gonna be fun. I think Xavier is the mole in the Hunters Association. I think that's going to be a devastating kind of betrayal. I don't think he's evil. I do think he's the mole. I don't know where they're going to go with Raph. I don't know. They could go a lot of ways with Raph. I feel like his thirst for vengeance is going to get him in trouble at some point. I do think he's also going to try to restore his lost civilization, for sure. But I think there will be trials and tribulations on the way there. I don't know. I think it's all going to be devastating. That's what I think. Love and depression. Yes, we are doomed. I am not ready. All I can think of is that The Office, like, scene where he's like, I am ready to get hurt again. Like, that's me every time I open this game. I am ready to get hurt again. Oh man, I only need 10 more of these. I only need 10 more of those. That's a Master of Fate one, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Cool. So, OMG, if I find the meme I saw about New Myths in the Grim Reaper, I love that one. And they're like, he's knocking on all the doors, and it's like Xavier and Raph and Zane, and then it's Sylus is next. But I guess you would say it's Sylus' MC. It's their MCs that he's knocking on the door. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I know. So I feel like, 3 out of 5. She sacrificed herself for them. I feel like that's going to stay the same for Sylus and Caleb's. But, I could certainly be wrong. They could pull a fast one on us. Who knows? I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about Beyond Cloudfall. The symbolism. Just a work of art. Absolute cinema. Leaving piles of blood behind. I mean, as one does. The blood of our enemies. What else? What else do I think is going to happen? I think there will be a 6th love interest. I don't know when. Maybe not for a long time. But between my theory about the 7 gods thing, and 7 popping up all the fucking time, and they mentioned the psychic class evol in every single idol banner card. Why? That's totally unnecessary. If we're just talking about MC, Anhausen class evols can be affected by the Polar Night. Why are you telling me about the psychic class? That's not me. Why do I need to know that? We don't know anybody who's a psychic class evol except for Andrew, I think. Some people think he might be the 6th one. I don't know about that, but although it'd be cool because I think his ability is memory alteration. But I just feel like everything they do is very intentional. And I don't think they kept pointing out the psychic class evol for no reason. I think the 6th love interest will be a psychic class evol. And I totally understand if, like, you don't want a 6th love interest. I'm not even necessarily advocating for the fact that I do want one. It's just that I see all these pieces of evidence that make me think there's gonna be one. hold on. I once again told my friend he needs to play the game so we can discuss it, and he's like, but I don't want to romance hot men. And I'm like, just read the myths and such then, ignore the spicier stuff. Then I joked that the day he plays the game is when I learn to play Magic, because he's been trying to get me to play that, and I'm just like, not really interested, but that sure got his attention. Listen. I play Magic. Not that intensely. I can't afford to have all the cards, but I've learned with friends how to play Magic. Girls can do it. We can be incentivized. They aren't adding one. They could have removed that coming soon bit. I know, right? I know. And everybody, they talk about I think, is it their other game? I never remember what the hell it's called. I don't play it. MQLC, MLQC, M something, Mr. something, love something. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but I guess they like kept a coming soon one in that game for like ever, and nothing ever happened. But everything, but I'd gladly trade learning that for him playing lads for sure. Mr. Queen Love's Choice, thank you. Like I remember the acronym, kind of, almost. But yeah, supposedly that had like a coming soon bit for a really long time. That like never actually delivered anything. But I don't know. It just feels. There's a 1-season anime based on that. I watched a few episodes of it and it was decent. That's interesting. I didn't know that. My favorite anime based on a video game is probably Final Fantasy 15. It's very short, but it's adorable and I loved it. And I'm obsessed with Final Fantasy 15, so that's a whole other thing. One of my dogs is named Luna. Full name Luna Freya Nox Fleuret. So I love that game. That's a whole other thing. But if anybody wants to talk Final Fantasy, hit me up. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other theories I have. I have a very loose theory. I mean, it's like not even really a theory. It's more, I'm like very curious to see what they do with it. They always use storm imagery with Caleb. Always thunderstorms. And that feels really significant. And I don't know where that's going. I don't know if it's going to be like some sort of direct, like, ooh, thunder god thing, or if it's more symbolic than that, but that has to mean something. It's very intentional. So I'm excited to see where that's going to go. I've mentioned before, I think Zayn is Astra. If you haven't heard me say that here, that's a thing that I talk about. What else? What else do I postulate about this game? I don't know. I am very excited for the future, though. I think there is so much they can do with this. And I need more lore. I really hope we get a main story update soon. I'm drowning. I need it. And in terms of like game mechanic stuff, I want to be able to raise a pet with them. I sure do. I think we'll get a move-in banner. What else? What else do I think? I think those are mainly my thingies that I've been thinking about. I'd love to have another AU banner like Catch 22. That shit was so good. Shit was so good. Have you seen the comic of Caleb and MC getting a dog? I think? Have I? It's like ringing a bell, but I can't see it. So like maybe not? Trying to get all those cards to level 80, man, it's painful. And then protocors. Lord. It's a whole thing. I want to know more about Ever. Of course I want to know more about Ever. Everybody wants to know more about Ever. Duh, Fallon. But I'm very intrigued to see, like, they had a whole stepwise plan, I guess, that the Rebirth Cocoon was a part of. I'm very curious to see what else they have in store. Carter and Benedict are still around. Maybe we'll see Dawnbreaker again. Love Dawnbreaker. Obsessed with Dawnbreaker. Love that we have Shubai as like a side character now, who like posts on moments. He gets jealous of the dog being called a good boy and takes so what the fuck is his name, Gideon, and claims MC is allergic. That's funny. I can see that happening. Definitely. I can totally see that happening. Philos very much interests me. Because, and I know that this is probably a distinction that like doesn't matter that much, but I'm curious about it. I always wonder if Philos as a planet is man-made, or did they find a planet that they could alter to meet their needs? Because I feel like that matters for some reason. We always go back to Philos in all of these myths, so I just find myself thinking about it. I still have to finish all these event stories. Oopsie daisy. My bad. I'm neglecting my life. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'll be interested to see more from Viper. I'll definitely be, and Professor Lucius, was that his Lucius? Was that his name? I think that's his name. Definitely intrigued to see where they go. I feel like Caleb, he's indebted to them right now, indentured, whatever you want to call it. I feel like once that Taurine chip goes, he's gonna be a bat out of hell on vengeance against them, which will be interesting to see. Which is the one? Yeah, this one, number 10, Mischief, might be my favorite one. That's about Luke and Kieran. I want more Luke and Kieran content. I don't know how we're gonna get it, because they're side characters, but I'm obsessed with them. I love them. I think their background is super fucking interesting. I think their lore is fascinating. I love their relationship with Sylus. I call them my sons. I mean it. So I would love it if we got more content about Luke and Kieran, but I don't know how they would do that, but I want it. So that's just me wanting it. The other really interesting thing is, and this was very brief, which one was it? No, it was definitely, which was the one with Depths of Chaos, maybe? It may have been Depths of Chaos. It's the one where, like, the AI goes rogue and is, like, really fucking with people. And it's, like, borderline evil. And then Mephisto rewrites it. But it just sort of made me ask the question, like, is Mephisto AI? I know he's robotic. But is he, like, truly intelligent? Do you read the World Underneath entries? Because it's one of those, so it's very easy to miss. And like, I had a bad habit of trying to read these when I was like falling asleep at night, so I missed so much shit. So going through them again was really helpful. Sent on Discord, they were dog sitting for Gideon. And Caleb flies the dog back early. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I just don't remember that one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Let's see. After seemingly endless deduction, the fog lives. The primordial command. Unyielding but devoid of malice. Something is ignited within wanton ease. Oh, wait. Where's the... Is it? Yeah, there's the call. Okay, yeah, it's this one. It's this one. Mephisto is also my son. So, they're all my children. So, But yeah, so I don't. Is he also AI? Is he like true AI, or as I guess in our terms, AGI? Because what we call AI these days is not AI. They're large language models, but it's not really AI. It's been such a long time since I've gone through those things. I love them. Did you go through the new ones? Because they released 5 more. Like, right before this banner. Oh yeah, I want to see more of, I don't remember her name. The woman who runs the bar, Elysium, in the N109 zone. I like her a lot. I find her to be a very interesting side character. I think we're going to see more of that side character Hank that got introduced in Sylus's idle card. I totally think we're going to see more of him. Frontline Hunter. I don't remember that one. Let's see Gideon get a girlfriend so Caleb stops trolling him so bad. Well, yes, except for the fact that Gideon's in love with Caleb. So I don't know if he's going to get a girlfriend. He might just pine forever. Longleaf Flame, Snowy Stairs, Bouquets and Dirges. Oh, that's a good one, I remember. Yeah, that's such pretty art, by the way. That skeleton of a Lemurian. So messed up. But it's like beautifully rendered. Yeah. Alright guys, well, I had a wonderful time. Thank you for watching Sylus's Myth with me. It's devastating in a beautiful way. Next time, we will be doing Sylus's new free 4-star card, Nightglow, and then Zane and Raph's new promise cards. That'll probably be Monday, I think. Why did you not make that connection? What, the skeleton? It's easy to miss. Super easy to miss. I can't believe this broke, like, in the middle of my stream. It's ridiculous. It's kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, it's probably going to be Monday. I'm working on a couple things. I'm an idiot with technology. Oh, no, Gideon! Oh! Yeah. I mean, he's so attached to him, right? It's not that there's anything wrong with it. I just feel bad for my guy. Poor Gideon. Poor buddy. But yes, I'm working on setting up a Discord. But I'm an idiot with technology. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing on Twitch, so I have a friend who's helping me figure that out, because, like, I don't know I didn't even know how to ban a bot until yesterday, when Sweet Catastrophe here and Chaylee taught me how. But I would like to have, like, custom emotes and things that you guys can redeem and stuff like that. So, I'm in the process of working on these things. I'm a boomer. So, I'm a boomer with technology, so it's taken me a little bit to learn on the upswing, but I'm working on it, and yeah, so I'm trying to stream more frequently too. I've just been having health stuff forever, so sometimes I wax and wane, but then if I have a Discord, I can keep you guys posted on what's going on, which would be really, really awesome. I also play all kinds of other things, which I might try and start streaming, but I know that, like, Lads is... First of all, I'm obsessed with Lads, so, like, I am more than happy to stream it all the time, but I know that that's also, like, what people really want to see. Although I have gotten a request to stream Expedition 33, which is an absolute fucking masterpiece. I've only played it once through, so I'm more than happy to do another playthrough. Yeah, these are just some things that are upcoming on the horizon at some point. I don't really have a timeline. I'm just here. I'm vibing. This is a hobby for me. This is just me having fun. Yes. I think, without further ado, my dogs are looking at me like I'm crazy because I haven't taken them out for their bedtime potty. So I think we're going to do that. I should, like I said, it'll probably be Monday. It might be another weekday, but I don't think it'll be tomorrow, because Sundays I usually go over to my dad's house. and spend the day with him. So it's usually not Sunday that I stream. So I hope everybody enjoys their Saturday nights. And of course, thank you for being here, Chaylee. Thank you so much. And of course, Sweet Catastrophe and everybody who was watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm so sorry that we watched the saddest thing ever, but also I love it so much because it's so wonderful and it hurts so good. Anyway, I will catch you guys next time, and I'll keep you posted on all the Discord stuff that's happening and all that jazz. Everybody enjoy your Saturday night, okay?